back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard. Somebody put out a call to see if Bubba survived his weekend. Happy Monday morning to you, April 13th. Oh, God, that means we're only 2 days away from tax time. Oh, mercy. Time to do your taxes. Cody McClure, how are you, my friend?
Oh, pretty good. Good morning. Hello. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Hopefully Bubba's alive.
Hey, Bubba's alive.
There he is. Nice to see him. He made it. Good morning to the freaks. Shout out to you people, weird people. Apparently I was just seeing one of the ladies from my 600-pound life died.
What happened to her?
Who knows? Could be anything, you know. Dolly Martinez. I don't know who this is, but
I didn't even know she was sick.
Well, she was 600 pounds. So, I mean, which maybe she had lost some, and I don't know. It says she died at only 30. That's young to die of health causes from weight. R.I.P. to her. Masters happened this weekend. That was fun. I had some egg salad. That was fun. Egg salad sandwiches, although they weren't really very good, I didn't think. But it's kind of hard to mess up egg salad, but when you overload it with dill, it can be done. Nonetheless, how are you?
I'm good. Allergies attacking me.
Yeah, you taking your daily pill?
Yeah, I'm taking my medicine, but went on a walk yesterday, and I walked through the damn woods, and that has set me off. So it's probably going to be a rough week for me. You got to get this under control. I'm itching right now. My nose inside of my nostrils are itching.
Does the daily pill? I mean, do you take that every day?
No, I won't say I take it every day.
I wonder if
I take it probably half the days. Just if I feel like if I'm feeling a little itchy, or if I know I'm going to be outside or something, then I take it. But I don't take it for days that I know I'm not going to be really doing anything.
I wonder if you take it every day, if that helps. Like if there's something to do with consistency or something, you know?
I always feel like that probably makes it worse.
Well, maybe.
I'm not a doctor, but in my head, I don't want to get immune to it, is what I think. If I take it every day, it'll start it'll become less potent. That might be a dumb way to look at it, but I'm not a doctor.
Let me ask you this. Why is because I was looking at allergy pills last night, because I take a daily pill from Dollar General, and I think it's just off-brand Claritin. But I was looking at Walmart, and the daily Zyrtec, the Zyrtec pills were $19 and some change to get the Zyrtec pills. But to get the Equate brand with the same active ingredient, only $10. Half the price. Do you trust?
19 feels cheap.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you trust the off-brand Zyrtec?
How big of the bottle was it? Because I feel like I paid $30-something for 30-something pills. I feel like it's been my
this might have been a smaller bottle I saw.
I feel like that's been my going rate for a while.
But I just know it was right beside the other one, same amount of pills. One was $10, one was $19.
I probably would have grabbed the $10 one and taken my chances.
Yeah, same active ingredient.
I think I would have just rolled the dice with. I think there's enough generic medicine that, unless I'm like really sick, when I've gone to like CVS or something and I've been really sick, I don't mess around with the Walgreens or CVS version of like NyQuil or DayQuil. I make sure I get the good kind for that typically.
Yeah.
If I'm actually already sick, but
well, that price difference is not as vast as these allergy pills from what I've seen. That's crazy to me. That I mean, I know marketing's a thing, but that just seems like a huge difference.
Are you familiar with like what Mark Cuban does with his cost plus drugs?
Mm-mm.
He's really opened my eyes just to not worrying about the name brands though when it comes to the medicine. He's been saving people's lives. I mean, really, like with his company, the medicine that like they're charging you for thousands of dollars for, his company will sell it to you for like 100,
Oh, I know.
like
It's
85, 90% safety, or 90% like cost cut.
yeah. Oh, I know. It's a disgusting industry.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he's trying to get people like affordable medicine.
yeah.
So if you are somebody that has to go buy expensive medicine, I'd check out what he does first.
I had a friend who used to work in a pharmacy, and
Yeah.
he would tell me that there's a lot of ways they can save you money.
Yeah.
If you just ask, or if you
he'd just kind of put the pills in his pocket and bring them home to you.
well, no, because that's a big no. You can't do that because I mean, I definitely asked about Adderall a few times, and he's like, "We can't do that. That's simply against the law. It's heavily frowned upon." But they have all these different coupon savings you can do, and I don't know how it all works because I don't really take any medicines. I'm pretty fortunate which maybe I would take medicines if I went to the doctor. They'd put me on some medicines. But I've been pretty fortunate so far to be this age and this weight and still be pretty healthy, other than the occasional joint pain. I was stiff this morning, but luckily there's BC powder. So I downed 2 of those, get those kidneys working, process all that.
Sam, you good this morning?
Catch you up one day.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Long weekend, but a good weekend. Back to Nashville for a little bit. Watch some Masters, watch some Tennessee baseball, getting a sweep. Saw some family, did a little work. Good weekend, but tired this morning. Came home and feel like I was complaining about this back in the summer whenever I first started on here, but I don't think our AC ever got fixed upstairs. Yesterday was kind of like the first hot day of the year, kind of, and it was 86 degrees upstairs.
Do you live upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 86 is pretty hot.
Yeah,
I feel like you better.
Tough.
I feel like it's good you figured it out now. I guess
I just went and stayed at my girlfriend's place. That was I didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with
humble brag.
Didn't want to deal with 87 degrees last night after a weekend of travel. I was just like, all right, I want to sleep comfortably.
I'm going to my old ladies. Love that. She take care of you?
Yeah.
She get you a nice damp rag and put it on your head to make sure that your body temperature was where it needed to be.
Woke up in the middle of the night, changed the rag for me.
What a woman. Bubba, how was your weekend? I know you were running all over the place. Bristol, Nashville, a lot of racing.
Just long.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fun, though?
For the most part. A lot of sentimental, I'd say.
That's good. Did you cry when Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
No.
How did he perform?
He qualified pretty bad, but he looked like the best racer out there because he's making passes left and right. So he like there's like 34 cars or something like that. He qualified about like 29th or 30th, but he made it all the way up to like 15th. There's a lot of people there. That's the most packed I've ever seen that place ever. It was, I would say, almost a complete sellout. I'm not sure its seating capacity. I want to say it's probably like 15K. It was probably right at like 14.5. Way too many people there.
They didn't let Junior win.
No, why would they?
Pop the crowd.
Not how they do
show
things.
Business.
Not how to do things here.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Hell, they let him win after his dad died that one race.
They did not.
They can let him win this.
Do you know how hard that would be in NASCAR to let a guy win?
Not hard at all. Don't go as fast. Don't push the gas down as hard as it goes.
That's not.
Don't wreck him.
Do you know how obvious that would be if everybody else was just driving 170 and he was driving 200?
As obvious it was to a 11-year-old me that saw it.
That's
12-year-old me that
ridiculous.
saw it.
That's one of the
with
great
his own
sports.
eyes.
It's one of the great sports moments of our lifetime when Dale came back and won at Daytona after his daddy had died.
Same way in Cal Ripken Jr.'s last All-Star game, they threw him a meatball down the middle and said, "Here, knock it out."
You can't do that in NASCAR.
They did it.
You can't.
We watched it.
Now, if you want to say that Michael Waltrip maybe didn't have the same aggressive want to pass him running second after Dale Jr. ran second for him in the 500.
Hell, he was blocking for him the whole time. He wasn't trying to pass him at all.
Well, he,
it was rigged.
It wasn't rigged.
He let him get to the front and said, "Okay, I'm going to block everybody for you. You go ahead." It
wasn't rigged. Those guys in third place and fourth place and fifth place, they
said,
wanted to win the race.
They said, let's just let
They
Junior
wanted
have
to
it.
win the race.
This
Now,
is for Dale.
If you want to say Michael helped him, I would buy that.
You're not allowed to crush Cody's worldview in the first 15 minutes.
That was
of
a
the show.
beautiful moment for me as a kid.
When Stone Cold beat Shawn
Can't take that
Michaels
from me.
that was also predetermined, right?
If you want to say Michael helped him and Michael was blocking, that's probably true. That's probably
The other
true.
guys are just like,
Dale
just lay off.
did.
Ain't no sense in nobody getting hurt out here. Don't go too aggressive. Hell, we saw what happened last time somebody tried to get aggressive.
Dale was blocking for Michael and Junior.
Yeah, it's almost like it was a storybook ending. Like it was like a damn Travis storybook.
Well, it was a beautiful moment.
It was.
And Dale Jr.
Some of the best riders in the world came up with it.
No. Dale Jr. was a very good restrictor plate racer.
Sure. Yeah.
He was very good on those tracks.
Yeah, which made it a lot more believable that he'd win that one. Which helped sell the lie.
Why you got to be so cynical?
I think it's beautiful that everybody would come together and do that for him, for his daddy.
I don't think that's what happened. I'll buy
you were
that
like 8
Michael.
and a half, and you don't get it.
I've seen the race as
yeah,
an adult.
you weren't around.
You want to make the point that Michael was blocking for him. Yeah. Just like Dale did for him. It kind of came full circle there. But those other guys wanted to win that race. You can't tell me they all just laid off the gas. That didn't happen.
I feel pretty confident in saying they didn't want to win as much as they do normal races.
Those guys are major competitors.
Nah. It's like when everybody, look when the Jazz kind of let Kobe just keep shooting to get to 60 his last game. Just keep shooting, Kobe. You got it. Same kind of concept. Still got to hit the shots, but, it's a lot easier when the defense ain't playing very tough. But you had a good weekend, Bubba. How was Bristol? Disappointing? Fun?
I enjoyed it on Friday. There was maybe like 200 people there total. Not what it used to be, definitely. But that was Friday night expected.
There were 200 people there.
I went to the truck race. So, they block off the turn so they don't let you sit on the front stretch or the back stretch.
Oh.
And even then, it's just like nobody there, really. There's security up there. Needs a little bit more work. You could pretty much just take about anything you wanted to in there.
Was the crowd good in Nashville?
Crowd in Nashville, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that it was sold out.
Yeah, it was a madhouse there.
That's cool. Meeting women?
I was fortunate enough to have one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen sit next to me with her father.
Okay.
I tried to talk to him, and they just kept ignoring me. So
you tried to talk to her?
Yeah, because
they ignored you.
What grade are you in?
Oh God.
No, so it's like at one point, like the dad, because it looked like
you sure it was her dad?
I'm gonna go on a limb because it's like I'm hoping it's not an age gap difference thing in their relationship, for my sake.
Well, how old was he?
He looked to be in his 50s.
Oh,
how old did she look?
She looked to be in her 20s.
And she was the most beautiful girl you'd ever seen?
Not the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, no. But she was, in that area, she was stunning and, caught my attention.
My Ben's woman. You can't assume nothing.
Yeah, good for him if so. Or he produces great offspring, but
either way, way to go, brother.
So what'd you try to say to her?
Well, at one point the dad she first whenever they first got there, she was just very direct, like just talking to me about some stuff, and then sat next to me and all that stuff, and I was like, wow, this woman, out of all these people here, just the gall to just me like, hey, I'm gonna commandeer this situation in this section. I'm gonna sit right here, because it was like general admission, Because a lot of people, they'll see people and they'll just be like, I'm gonna look for open spots, and she's just like, I see a spot right there, I'm gonna take it. I'm glad she did. But because it's like they didn't look like they came from a NASCAR background. The dad, obviously, like Dale Jr.
Can you just get to what you talked to her about?
I didn't get a chance to talk to her. I tried to talk to her father, and her father just kept zooming in.
Oh, he didn't. So you didn't say anything at
He's
all to this girl.
focused on the race.
So you were trying to talk to some dude.
To get to his daughter, yes.
You were trying. Like, you think it's the medieval times? You think it's back in the day where you have to get the father's approval before you talk to his daughter?
Absolutely.
Hell, far. You win her over, then she introduces you to dad. That's how it works.
Was it a good race?
In Nashville, no. The race was god awful.
Because they didn't let Junior win. If they let Junior win, Bubba says a great race.
Nah, guys were too soft there. No wrecks. Not really much passing. But at that track and the way those cars are, if you're the one out in front, you pretty much, because it's like their clean air versus dirty air argument, where if you're back in traffic, dirty air, terrible there. No passing.
It's kind of a short track, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit bigger than Bristol. I want to say
we've spent too much damn time on the local NASCAR.
We can spend a lot more time on it.
We've spent too much damn time on it. Text Bubba, figure it out.
Yeah, me and Bubba can talk about NASCAR for
text him about it.
Next 3 hours.
See if he thinks that night race was rigged after Senior died.
I'd love to get his opinions on it.
Text him and ask him. We've spent too much damn time on NASCAR. We had a busy weekend. Let's get to it after the break. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Good morning, Knoxville. I'm Aiden Sidoti, and this is your TalkSports update for Monday, April 13th. Tennessee basketball picked up a major portal addition as Cal point guard Day-Day Ames committed to the Vols. Ames finished 8th in the ACC in scoring last season at 16.9 points per game and earned all-ACC third-team honors. At the Masters, Rory McIlroy became the 4th golfer to repeat at Augusta and the first since Tiger Woods in 2001 and 2002. Rory finished 12 under to defeat runner-up Scotty Scheffler by 1 stroke. In the NBA, Baylor Shireman scored a career-high 30 points, and Luka Garza added 27 as the Celtics reserves beat Orlando 113-108, sending the Magic into a road play-in game against the 76ers on Tuesday. To stay up to date on all transfer portal action happening on Rocky Top, head over to fanrunradio.com or check out the new Fan Run Sports app. And now back to the studio.
And for Tennessee baseball, as they get off the mat, we'll dive into that a little bit later. I do think the Masters deserves a little recognition to start the show. Cody, did you win any bets? Did you watch?
You bet I did. I hit a 10-1.
Oh, baby.
4-legger.
Oh,
it was,
baby.
What was it? It was Cam Young, Max Homa, Morikawa, and Spieth to finish in the top 20.
When'd you put that in?
Friday.
Oh, nice.
I think. Maybe Friday afternoon.
Did that make you keep up with it?
Or maybe in Friday evening, actually.
Did that make you like watch and keep up with it?
Yeah. It made me keep up with the leaderboard. I watched a good bit on Saturday.
Probably got pretty fired up, but Morikawa got hot on Saturday then, right? And then on Sunday, he was shooting fireballs.
Well, I told you Saturday I was going to a place that had the sandwiches.
Oh, yeah?
They were out of pimento cheese all weekend, but nonetheless, I ate a lot of egg salad.
I don't think I've hated people as much as I hated the guy I saw yesterday wearing that damn egg salad hat. Just sitting there with a neon yellow, just egg salad hat sitting there with his boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that guy made me disgusted.
Well,
I hope he had a bad day.
The place I got the egg salad at, it wasn't anything to write home about, but
not to wear a hat about.
No, certainly not. But again, so much dill. It's like, I feel like if you're putting that much dill, you're trying to go overboard. You're basically saying, look, we don't really know how to make a good egg salad with just the main ingredients, so we're going to get fancy and put all this dill in here. I don't like dill that much. Anyway, and then yesterday, I watched. I watched all the last. I don't know, 3 hours or so.
Okay.
I mean, it was, so my guys did well, and then I had another parlay that Patrick Reed did not do me right. I had the Vols winning Saturday.
Cha-ching.
McIlroy winning the Masters.
Oh, wow.
And then I needed Patrick Reed in the top 5, and he did not.
Yeah, I don't even know if he finished in the top 20, did he?
He finished
fell apart.
tied for 12th, I believe.
Okay. He must have rallied a little bit because he was falling apart whenever I watched. Sam, what was your take on the Masters? The one guy I didn't really want to win won. I didn't really want to see Rory win, but I got to tip my cap because that was an exhibition on perseverance, I thought. Just him being 3 shots back after a really bad stretch to start his 4th round and responding with 2 straight birdies to get the ball rolling in the right direction. You got to tip your cap. That was a great performance. And I kind of feel like no one really wanted to take it from him. I feel like it was there for the taking and no one really wanted it except him. But if that's the case, he's a worthy champion. Won it really on the strength of his Friday finish to that round and really let the boys back in it over the weekend, but nobody could come and get him. What were your takeaways?
Yeah, that was honestly my main takeaway, was that for such an impressive feat, I wasn't really impressed with him shooting even on the weekend and nobody really able to go out there and there were opportunities to go out there and take that tournament from him, and don't think anybody really went out there and did it. Scotty obviously kind of getting hot down the stretch over the last 2 days, kind of flipping the script. It felt like Rory was so hot to begin the tournament on Thursday, Friday, Scotty getting off to a slow start, and then Saturday, Sunday, Rory doesn't really do much, and Scotty goes bogey-free over the weekend to get himself back into it. But
yeah, I feel like if you shoot a 65 and a 68 back-to-back on the weekend, you probably expect to win the tournament.
Yeah.
Problem was, he was even par before then.
I have no idea how his putt on 17 didn't drop. That just went over the hole.
It was frustrating because I was rooting for Scotty on Sunday. Which he did cash my bet, so shout out to Scotty. No complaints here. But on Saturday, I put a Scotty Scheffler to win without Rory. Whenever Rory was up 5 or 6 strokes, I took Scotty to basically finish second in the tournament at 6-1. And then on Sunday, I'm laying there in bed like at 1 a.m. on Sunday morning / Saturday night. I was like, what do I want to bet tomorrow? That's what I do whenever I can't sleep. I just sit there and think, what do I want to bet?
Just scroll through them.
And I looked and I just said Scotty 69.5. And I was like, he's the best golfer in the world, and he really showed something on Saturday. I'm really supposed to think he's not going to shoot at least 3 under on Sunday. So I hammered that. So Scotty, he ended up doing right by me. But Sam, like you were saying, I was pretty damn frustrated for about 2.5 hours on Sunday. He came out and shot 2 under through the first 3 holes. I was like, all right, here we go. We're off and running. And then for an hour and a half, 2 hours, I just watched him par everything. Mm-hmm. Not take advantage of the par 5s. Not take advantage of good iron play. Just couldn't get a putt to drop. Really was – actually, I take that back. He was actually putting pretty good. It was just to save par. He had a couple of really big par putts. And I was like, is he really not going to shoot 10 under? Is he really not going to go out and grab second place? But then, no, he sunk – The birdie he got on 15 was pretty nasty. The putt on 16, the approach on 16 was great. I guess the tee shot on 16 was great. And I thought, yeah, like you said, Sam, the one on 17 I thought was going to be a birdie and really, really ramp up the pressure, but somehow it barely missed. He tried. He was the only competitor I thought that really tried to make an attempt to go get him, at least the ones that were in contention. Mm-hmm. Terrell Hatton and Russell Henley played pretty well, but they were too far back. Justin Rose got a 2-stroke lead, and it's like the weight of the world immediately just – it's like it immediately crumbled. Yeah, it's like it immediately set into him that, oh, my God, I'm about to do this, and he completely fell apart. And I kind of felt bad for him, but at the same time, I had Scotty Scheffler to finish second, so I was like, this is fantastic. I love it. Thank you.
I was watching Justin Rose, like the shot tracer messed up on his approach into 13, and it looked like he was going in the water, and I went, oh, no, and then he stuck it to 10 feet for eagle, and I was like, all right, he's going to have a chance here. And I went downstairs and like got a little snack and then came back upstairs, and they were like, Justin Rose making par on the par 5 13th. And I was like, what happened? He 3-putted from 10 feet.
He 3-putted from 10 feet. And then on 17, he I want to say 3-putted again, or at least he missed a really short par putt on 17. That was pretty much the wind out of his sails. But he was on fire making the turn. He had birdied 4 of the last 5 holes and was in first place, and you thought he was going to do it. And I guess he started thinking he was going to do it because then he completely just fell apart.
It's amazing seeing the pressure on those guys on Sunday. I mean, you can see it. You can see it in the way they play. He completely fell apart.
Rory did not look like he was having fun all of Saturday and then most of Sunday. And that's a guy that he shouldn't have even had really the same amount of pressure because he had just won the one last year. It wasn't like he was trying to complete, the career Grand Slam or win his first Masters or whatever. Like he should have more confidence than anybody. But the pressure even got to him.
That might be what helped him down the stretch, to just kind of relax a little bit. And
I think him hitting rock bottom and getting down 3 strokes is what kind of helped him because the pressure all of a sudden was off because he was chasing again.
Yeah, it's such a great event. I mean, I always find myself enjoying the Masters. It's like every year I don't get excited for it, really. I don't even think about it coming around the corner, and then it's Masters week. And I'm like, okay, I'll check in Saturday, And then I always enjoy it so much. I do love the Masters, Saturday and Sunday.
So there's been like talks where Rory talked about his schedule leading up to it, where he would drop off his daughter, fly, and then go play around at the Masters, and then fly back for the evening. And he did that for a couple weeks. For John, Sam, even Cody, do we care about that? Is that right? Is that wrong?
I
Leading up
wish
to
that-
this prestigious tournament, or no?
I wish they'd have really like hammered that home the weeks leading up to it. I wish I'd have known he was doing those secret rounds before. I might have bet some money on him at like 10-1 or whatever. And I don't think I would have been as worried about the stat, Sam, that we talked about where, a winner hadn't won without playing within the last 2 weeks because he had kind of taken some time off. I thought he might be a little bit more rusty and still kind of dealing with that back that he, had kind of bothered him 3 or 4 weeks ago. But instead, he was just sneaking off and playing all the rounds he could at Augusta to get ready. And it definitely looked like it helped the first 2 rounds. I mean, as he came out and was 12 under through two days. I would like to have known that. Do I think it's fair? Is that just a perk you get if you're the defending champion, or can anybody do it?
If you've won the tournament, you can go play it whenever you want.
No, I think that's an added bonus. I think that's an added perk for winning. John Rahm should have been doing it. Like maybe he wouldn't have came out and been so terrible on Thursday and Friday had he been practicing at Augusta more often. Rory taking advantage of being a champion. No, that's smart. I got nothing but praise for that move.
Who put the jacket on Rory?
I didn't watch. I turned it off. Oh, actually, I went on my walk.
Who?
Fred Ridley. They're like the chairman of Augusta.
Oh, okay.
I hate that I have soured on Rory so much over the last like 4 or 5 years, but like him just acting like such a baby about the live stuff, and then acting like a baby at the Ryder Cup. I used to kind of like Rory. He just rubs me the wrong way now. I won't say it's like a complete sports hate because it's not that drastic for me. It's not like a big rival like what my Hawks have with the Knicks coming up. That's going to be pretty. There's going to be a lot of sports hate attached to that one. I hate the Knicks. Rory, I don't really like.
He's got a big ego now, but like rightfully so.
Oh yeah,
he's won the tournaments, but he has let it go to his head.
Well, he's the man now. He can, winning back-to-back Masters.
If you saw his post-round press conference or whatever in round 3, they were like, "Do you feel pressure or whatever coming in here?" He's just like, I don't know, but I've won the green jacket before, so it doesn't really matter. Like
Nike did knock that out of the park though. Afterwards,
I didn't watch that ad.
I just saw it, and like the tagline they had was pretty badass. It was like the greatest golfers in the world don't want a green jacket; they want a second one or another one. Maybe that's how they phrase it, another one, just because all the greatest golfers in the world have won the Masters, like throughout time. And it's like they don't want a green jacket; they want another one. I was like, they knocked it out of the park with that one.
I watched the whole thing before the Masters. Did you watch that 1986 thing about?
I've seen that one before. I've seen something on that before. Just
that was a good production.
Nicholas winning, which is funny because growing up as a very, 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 very casual golf fan, like as a kid or a teenager or a young 20, very, very, very casual. They acted like Jack Nicklaus was decrepit at the age of 46 out there. Like I thought it was supposed to be like just some like really old man. Then you have Justin Rose, at 45 throwing darts. Like he doesn't seem that old at all compared to everybody else. He's fine.
Yeah.
But Jack being 46.
Being 46 in 1986, he probably was older. He probably did seem older.
Yeah, but all the late 30-year-olds seemed older too. I mean, it acts like he's on a damn crutch on a cane out there hitting shots. Fred Couples can go out there and put together a couple of rounds now.
Yeah. Well, he can't win it though. They made a great story out of it. I mean, I don't know how impressive it is. I mean,
I'm not taking away from it. I mean, it's impressive, but like I'm just saying that's one of those things growing up. Like he won at 46. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How could he even make it around the course?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, body starts to give out somewhat, I'm sure.
Yeah, the nerves, you get a little bit shakier. I'm not saying anybody can do it. I'm just saying it's not as impressive as I've gotten older.
How old was Tiger in 2019?
How old was Tiger, Sam? When he'd been like 43, I think.
That sounds about right.
42, 43, but
but physically,
he was an old 42 or 43.
Like 60.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much like Tiger's body at that point. It was just like you just never thought you were going to see it again.
Yeah.
At least that's kind of how I felt at the time.
That was so cool.
Not that like he couldn't physically hang. It's just like, is he really going to do this? Fun Masters, though. Fun Masters. Would have liked to have seen Scotty put a little bit more pressure. like you said, Sam. Shooting even par is one thing when you have a 6-stroke lead, but like the fact he gave it all back and like no one could just go and make him pay, it just was like it was a close tournament. It's one thing if he could coast and nobody got even like within striking distance. It made it worse that they got within striking distance, even took a lead and couldn't do anything. Poor Cam Young, man. That guy was on top of the world at about 2:30 on Sunday. 3:00, he had gotten a 2-stroke lead. Looked like it might even run away with it after he came out and birdied 2. You're like, okay, here we go. But instead, just could not do anything after that.
It was pretty exciting at the top of the leaderboard. I remember, looking up at one point and like 5 or 6 guys were either 10 under or 11 under.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was going to be.
At one point, it looked like you might get like a 6-way tie at 10 under.
Yeah.
Which would have been pretty cool.
It's really amazing to see how the cream kind of rises to the top,
I just wanted the Scotty Rory playoff and to just see Rory just melt down so much. Like, that he would have just gotten absolutely destroyed by Scotty in a playoff there if he blows that lead and then has to come in and play the number 1 player in the world just waiting for him.
I would think so. And that's what I wanted too, but that's what made it so frustrating just watching Scotty go par. I'm like, can you put some pressure on? And like I found myself thinking, man, like this is why I can't go full in on the Tiger comparisons with Scotty. But then I was like, well, Tiger never came from behind him one either. He always had a lead on Sunday.
He was always ahead by 10 strokes.
I mean, didn't they say it on the broadcast? That was the first time in Masters history anyone's ever gone bogey-free on Saturday, Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. But, I mean, Saturday, he made a big run. Saturday for sure. And Sunday it was there. It's just when you come out and you go 2 under through 3, I kind of need better than 4 under for the whole tournament. For the boogeyman. For a regular golfer or just a really good golfer, that's an awesome round. But for the boogeyman that's supposed to strike fear, like –
he only went 1 under on the par 5s yesterday. That's probably where he lost it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he went even on the par 5s on the back 9 for the entire tournament. I want to say they said he was one over, and then he got a birdie on 15. I mean, that's where he lost the tournament, was that he just didn't capitalize the par 5s, which I do give Augusta a lot of credit. They don't have par 5s that are just go out there and just annihilate. That you can go out there and annihilate and score 15 under on, like some places. You do have to kind of work for those. But yeah, him not being able to punish the par 5s, that's why he lost the tournament. Well, congrats on your parlay win.
Yeah. I wonder if Rory will serve the same dinner next year or if he'll mix it up,
Run it back.
Probably do a different dinner.
I'd say, no, I'm going to do the same exact thing, and we're going to do the same exact result. I'm going to three-peat. I'm going to let everybody know I'm going to play Augusta for the 2 months leading up. I'm going to play this thing 30 times. I'm not going to sneak around and drop my daughter off to go. I'm just going to be there doing nothing but playing Augusta.
Do you think in the back of his mind, he's like, man, I played this course nonstop for like a month and had a 6-shot lead and still only beat Scotty Scheffler by 1 after he played terrible?
That was funny because, that story really started coming out on Thursday and Friday, and then he blew that lead, and I was like, that was way cooler after, he shot 65 on Friday, that he's like, he's become one with the course. I was like, that was a lot cooler whenever he was dominating. It was not that cool whenever he had blown the lead. But, I give him credit for perseverance. It would have been easy to let that rope go and say, I already got my green jacket. It was a good title defense, whatever. I give him credit. That damn leprechaun. I give him credit.
Not many guys win back-to-back Masters.
No, they don't.
Only 4, right? He's number 4.
Sam, send us a break. We'll come back. We'll continue the conversation. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, Ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Bubba David writes in, and he says, I agree with Bubba. I was in attendance for the Nashville race. Great crowd, boring-ass race. He then says, ask Bubba if he thinks there was too many cars for that track in the field. Is that the problem in Nashville? There's just too many cars, not enough room for people to move around?
I mean, I like seeing increased car counts because it's like, wow, there's over 30 plus cars here at this short track, on a Saturday night whenever people are all the way out in Bristol and other stuff is happening. I'm not going to blame it on the car counts, but I do think with more cars is more traffic to navigate through because of the way like the aero situation is there and how hard it is to pass with the clean air versus dirty air. It doesn't help. So I guess kind of in lieu of David's thinking, yeah, more cars, tougher racing. Not that exciting to watch a car battle for 18th and then 17th.
Okay. Well, there's your answer, David. So basically now, Sam, we got what, like a month and a day until the PGA Championship?
Yeah, it comes up pretty quick, honestly.
What's the read on this? How do you say it? Aronimic?
Yeah, I've heard this is not a very
good course. I've seen some people complaining about it too.
Yeah, I don't think it's like historic by any means or anything like that.
Okay.
But it'll actually get worse. I think the next year they go to some course in like Houston, or it's like Frisco. TPC Frisco or something is the name of it.
I really struggle with doing golf legacy stuff because I don't really have a good enough grip on the history of the sport. But like, did yesterday's win, did that move Rory up like all-time rankings? Like, because for me, it felt like I could pretty safely say he's the second best golfer. I know he still doesn't have quite the resume as Phil Mickelson does, but like for me, that kind of moved him ahead of Phil to where now it's like, Jack, obviously, I wasn't around for that, but Jack, Tiger, then Rory. It's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely a huge boost in terms of his like overall career accomplishments and stuff like that. Gets to 6 majors, and now with the way that he's playing, like he's 2 majors away from doing a double Grand Slam technically, where he just needs to win a U.S. Open and a second U.S. Open and a second Open championship to do a Grand Slam twice, which would be obviously incredibly impressive.
Sure.
Where is the U.S. Open this year?
Shinnecock.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Shinnecock. Southampton.
I was going to say that sounds like somewhere in like New England on the East Coast. somewhere.
Southampton, New York.
New York.
That's a good
Southampton.
course.
And
Well,
that'll be in
fun.
June. So, yeah, we got to get our golf. We got to do our mini golf sometime in the next couple weeks before the PGA Championship.
Is that the next one, the PGA? That's a major.
Do people care about the PGA Championship? Or is
It's a
it more
major,
so
isn't
like – I know that, but like do people get excited? I know people really love the Masters, and I know people really love the U.S. Open. Does the PGA kind of get any shine at all? Do people actually care about that one a lot, or is it just kind of like, it's a major we got to watch?
I don't think people like. I would guess that if you polled most golf fans, PGA would probably be the last one.
Yeah, it feels like a
But
distant fourth out of the 4.
to be honest with you, it's normally really competitive.
Okay.
Like I know Scotty kind of ran away with it last year, but you go and look at it. 24, Xander won by 1, Brooks won by 2 the year before that. You had a playoff the year before that. 2-shot lead, 2-shot lead, 2-shot lead, 2-shot lead, 1, 3, 1. So it's normally pretty close.
That kind of drives home the point I was going to make. Like Phil is more decorated still, but like I think pretty much every sport is just getting better as we go along through evolution. That's kind of how it works. So Phil being the second best golfer that could kind of pick up the scraps whenever Tiger didn't win, beating like Vijay Singh and Ernie Els, like that's cool. I'm not trying to take away from Phil's accomplishments, but like Rory doing this during a more loaded time where there's a Scotty Scheffler, where there is a Tiger Woods there as well, but also there's like 4 other really good golfers. There's probably like 10 to me, and it might not be true, and I might not be giving Ernie Els and Vijay Singh their proper respect, but like to me, there's 12 golfers right now that are as good as they were. And again, that might be my ignorance, but that's how I feel. Is like you could take 12 of these guys that are golfing right now, and they'd be the 3rd best golfer during Tiger and Phil's era.
I think that is the hardest part to like nail down.
Well,
like how many Phil has almost like 60 career wins or something like that.
Yeah, he's still like now 15 wins ahead of Rory, just in terms of like wins on the tour, not
Right.
majors. But
so
just,
it's hard to project that when I think a lot of those guys would even admit probably back in their prime, like the fields were not as stacked as what they are today, and like the competition that you have to go through.
there's probably like 5 guys you had to beat back then, like 4 or
Sure.
5 guys that could legitimately like get in the mix consistently and win. But like now it feels like there's 12 or 15. That's kind of my point. Like I think the field's just much deeper, and 15 guys are as good as the top 3.
What does that say about Tiger?
Well, I mean, Tiger's awesome, yeah, but I mean, it Scotty doing what he had been doing to me was getting to Tiger level, just because Scotty was doing it to better fields. Like the way Scotty
but
dominates.
You're saying Tiger didn't have as much competition, though, basically. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he won
when
bigger.
Tiger has been as dominant. If you're kind of making the Jordan comparison,
Well,
he was also just mowing through tournaments.
Yeah, I was gonna say he dominated.
Yeah, with like a 10-shot lead.
Yeah, like he dominated a different clip. So like I think he's pretty safe. Like I think I don't feel the same way I do about Phil. That like if we drop a Tiger in his prime now, Tiger in his prime is still going to win double-digit majors.
Yeah.
Now he might not win 15 or 16 or whatever, but like he's still getting 12.
Like you talk about that 2000 U.S. Open at Pebble where he shot like 12 under par or something like that, and like second place was over par.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like,
Pretty
do I
cool.
think if I dropped Phil during this era in his prime, would he have 6 majors? I don't know. He'd probably still gotten like 3. But I like I said, I maybe there's some real golf fans out there. It's like, this is the stupidest conversation. These guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. But I'll tell you, that's how I feel when I watch it.
Chris wrote in. He said he thinks what they were trying to highlight about the Jack win in '86. He came back from 4 strokes down on the back 9.
Okay,
I'm sorry, second 9. He corrected because the Masters they don't call it the back 9.
The inward half. I watched one where the one I watched when I was younger. They were just like, oh, he's 46 years old. He's so old. But maybe I didn't watch the one if that was a new one.
Coming back from 4 strokes down. That I just feel like that's an important thing to point out there. Chris points out. Where's the PGA, Sam? Where's that going to be at?
The Aronimink or whatever. Aronimink. Yeah, I don't know.
What you don't know?
Newton Square, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Yeah. Golf for me as a very, very, very casual is a little bit like NASCAR in that, like, I watch the Masters and I watch the Daytona 500, and then the rest of the year I don't really pay attention like I should. That's kind of how it is for me to make the racing comparison.
It's strange because I think for most of my life I would have said it was kind of like tennis, because I like watching the Grand Slams in tennis, but I don't mind watching something like the RBC Heritage this weekend. And I don't watch any tennis that's not Grand Slams. So at least it's like a pretty big step above that now.
Can you name the 4 tennis majors?
We might be struggling here.
Come on, Bubba. You're a sports professional.
This is an old question on the show. We've been asking this for many years.
You're a sports professional.
All right, so we've got Wimbledon.
Okay.
We've got the U.S. Open.
Yeah, you got the 2 easy ones.
Uh-huh.
Well, actually, they're all 4 easy.
The 4th one's a little
Cody couldn't get all 4 of them. He could now.
I
but
could, obviously.
You can now.
I just told you the 4th one's a little tricky.
Back in the day, he couldn't. He's learned now over the years.
We've got whatever the one that happens over in, I think, Australia.
Okay, what's that one?
Don't know.
Okay. If you had to guess, what would you guess?
That slipped my mind right here. And then the one over in England.
Wimbledon.
UK.
The one over in England is Wimbledon.
Is that right? Then what's the one up in New York?
That's the U.S. Open.
Okay, well, all right.
You're a professional.
What do you want to say?
Well, if you know there's one in Australia, what would you guess that one's called?
Australian Open.
Okay.
There you go. And the other one? You might like to have a croissant at this one. Would you like a croissant?
This guy's a lost cause.
Croissant?
This guy's sleep deprived.
Maybe some fries?
Yeah, what about French? Okay, we get it.
Maybe this brand of yellow mustard?
Heinz?
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll talk some Tennessee baseball. Big weekend for the boys. We'll dive into it. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
But to have him just admit that the reason he was evolved was because of 2 big Number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by SM Athletics. If you have any uniform or equipment needs for your sports team, if you got a sports season coming up, little baseball all-stars, never too early to start planning for that. Some fall football, give SM Athletics a call. You'll get excellent customer service and great products at a fair price. Call today at 865-966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. Our 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thank you, John. Could I interest you in 11.3 points per game, 7.1 rebounds per game, and 2.3 blocks per game while shooting 58.5% from the field?
Sure.
Well, those are the numbers for Loyola Chicago transfer center Miles Rubin, who yesterday committed to Tennessee. The 6'10" junior out of Loyola Chicago will be a Vol. So Tennessee Rick Barnes finds his big man to replace Felix Akpara.
Sam, what'd you make of this? Miles Rubin coming in from Loyola Chicago.
I'm a fan of the pickup. I mean, feels like a guy that, you're going to try and come in here and develop and hopefully turn into, as much of a Felix replacement as you can get. I think replacing Felix or finding, Felix 2.0 is kind of a tough ask, but, Amaro Morgan, our assistant coach, has got some familiarity with this guy, and I think you just got to kind of hope that Barnes can kind of mold him into a new young rim protector for us, I guess.
Are you penciling him in? Well, he's not young. He's going to be a senior. Are you?
I guess young, not really the.
Yeah. Are you penciling him in as a starter?
Right now, you have to.
Yeah. See, that worries me because I don't know if he's good enough to play at the SEC level. Just looking at some of his metrics, I'm not going to pretend like I watched a lot of Loyola Chicago games this year. Loyola kind of stunk, but just some of the metrics don't give me a lot of hope. I'm going to trust Rick Barnes, being able to coach up, make players better, but at the level he played at, Loyola, they're in the A10, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys actually attacked them more often in the paint whenever he was on the floor. It wasn't like he was a deterrent on having people go to the rim. They went out and actually attacked the rim more when he was on the court. That, to me, is not really ever a good sign. They also, another stat that jumped out to me that I saw was that they are minus 1.6 rebounding percentage with him on the court. And as a team, whenever he was off the court, they were positive 6.4%. So that's like an 8% increase when he's off the floor. That doesn't scream elite big man to me. So I'm a little nervous about this one. I hope he is just a depth piece. If we get to October and he's the starting big man, oof, I don't know how pumped up I'd be for that. But I do give Rick Barnes the benefit of the doubt here. I just hope there's a couple more pieces we have to get in the big man rotation. I hope he's not the unquestioned starter there.
Welcome to Knoxville, Miles Rubin. And speaking of Rubens, another Rubin story. The ex-Miami defensive end Ruben Bain Jr. was involved in a 2024 car accident in which one person later died, says a new report from the weekend. This, of course, Bain, one of the top defensive ends, I guess the top defensive end, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft this year. Says he was involved in an auto accident in 2024 in which a 22-year-old Georgia woman died. Destiny Betts was in the car with Bain along with a couple of other Hurricane football players when his vehicle rear-ended another car, veered into a concrete barrier, and ricocheted into another barrier before coming to rest on the shoulder of the highway. Destiny Betts was taken to the Ryder Trauma Medical Center in Miami. She was in a coma for nearly 3 months before she died from her injuries in June of 24.
Yeah, I saw her family came out and was basically like, hey, we don't want this to be a story. Which I kind of felt bad for them. It's like, please don't come out here and start bringing all this up and making us relive this, because this happened, does it say when it happened? It was
24.
Yeah, I was going to say years ago, right?
Well, yeah, she died in June of 24. It happened 3 months before that.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, like this has been something we've had to deal with for 2 years. We're trying to move on. We don't want these like Band-Aids ripped open and us to have to answer questions about all this and relive it. So I do feel bad for them as a family.
The family called the crash a tragic accident and said that they wish Mr. Bain the best as he continues his life and career. So they do not hold any, I guess, ill will toward Ruben Bain. It does mention in this report, though, that no field sobriety tests were given in the crash report.
Well, That's like a ominous statement because, like, was there suspicion there?
Well,
like,
yeah, see, I don't know why they say that.
Like, if they say that, that's now starting to cast doubt. Like, well, is he drunk? Do we know if he was drunk? Like, is that bad they didn't give field sobriety? Because, like, if I go out and get in a wreck right now, I think it'd be reasonable that they wouldn't give me a field sobriety test. You know what I mean?
You?
Like, right now at
9 a.m.?
Yeah, 9 a.m. in the morning.
Well,
or in the afternoon at any point.
I don't know. I've seen you with that big jug over there.
If you get into a wreck at like 2 a.m., sure, like that's a different
I know you're not
story.
drinking at 7 a.m., but 9, I mean, that's hit or miss, you know.
I did go out to fill up my water bottle. What
well,
I fill it up
well, you
with.
talk about White Claw so much.
It is clear like water, but yeah, so like them putting that in the story to me.
Yeah, they just mentioned that's just a one sentence that they just put in there, and
it casts doubt.
Well, yeah, I mean, to mention it, it makes you, like, well, should they have, you know?
I was reading the CBS Sports mock draft done by what's this guy's name, Jordan DeJani, and he had Ruben Bain.
George Jordan.
He had him at number 11. He had Ruben Bain at number 11. So, like, I guess he has starting to fall in mock drafts. Because at one point he was talked to, as a top 3, top 4 guy. Now he might still be. I don't know if this Jordan DeJani guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to mock drafts.
It's hard to say.
But this isn't going to help his stock by any means. And like I said, I feel bad for the family who basically put out a statement saying we don't want to put any comments on this.
Yeah,
we don't want to
quit talking about this.
We don't want to relive it. Don't call us asking for quotes. Like, we're good.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, the NBA play-in is set. I heard this last night. I was listening to a guy on the radio. You know, the NBA, I mean, the what you would consider the playoffs is like basically going to last 2 months. Like, if there was a game 7 in the finals this year, it would be on like June 19th.
Did the guy on the radio, like, was he 10 years old, 12 years old?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, like, I'll give a pass because I know you don't really care about the NBA, but like,
well, he's just saying
that's the way it is every year, brother.
I guess
we play into the middle of June every year.
I guess. Well, yeah, but I guess we're starting earlier.
No, not really. We start pretty much this weekend every year.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know why he said that then, but he was just saying like it's basically 2 months of playoffs.
Like, we've added like maybe 5 days over the last couple of years with the play-in game because like usually the playoffs would start. The season would end on a Thursday and maybe start like this past weekend. So maybe we've added a week to it, but like it's been this way for a long time.
The Lakers will host the Rockets in the first round in the West.
The Rockets are huge favorites in that because no Luka, no Austin Reeves. It'd be interesting to see if LeBron could get one win and maybe get Luka some time to get back. I heard some people talking about maybe game 4, game 5, he could get back. But if they're down 3-0, there won't be any point there. I would have a real problem with this if I was a Orlando Magic or a Philadelphia 76er fan. Now, luckily, I'm not because the Orlando Magic are choking dogs. They lost yesterday to Boston's third stringers. Orlando needed to win that game, and they lost to Boston's third stringers. But typically, the way it works is that the 7 and 8 seed play on Tuesday, right? They get the first crack at it.
Do they still do 40 games in 40 days?
They used to run that commercial all the time. I'd imagine it's more than that, but I don't know. But either way, they used to, typically the 7 and 8 seed play first. That way they get an extra day of rest before if they lose, they have to play on Friday. But since Philadelphia has a hockey game scheduled on Tuesday, they moved the 76ers Magic game to Wednesday and said, here you go, Charlotte and Miami, you guys get first crack at it. Which means that the Hornets will be more rested when they play probably the Magic on Friday. I'd be pretty mad about that if I was a Magic fan. But then I'd just be very mad I was a Magic fan.
So Sixers, Magic, Hornets, Heat, those are the East play-in games.
Yep.
And then in the West, you got the Suns, Trailblazers, and Clippers, Warriors.
Clippers, Warriors, I mean, if you squint and pretend that could be a conference finals, Kawhi Leonard versus Steph Curry, wow. But no, it's going to be a very sad 9 versus 10 matchup. Yeah. I expect Philadelphia to punch the 7 seed ticket and beat Orlando on Wednesday. And I expect the Hornets to beat the Heats and then turn around and beat the Magic. So my prediction is Sixers get the 7 seed, Hornets get the 8 seed, and then I think in the West, the Suns get the 7 seed, and I'd say the Clippers probably get the 8 seed.
Beating the Heat. That's what I'll be doing this summer, poolside.
Hopefully.
Couple other NBA notes for you. Doc Rivers is departing as the head coach of the Bucks.
One of the most overrated coaches of our lifetime.
Wow,
in
that's
any
a
sport.
strong statement.
In any sport.
Wow.
Did you see the report that came out the last couple weeks ago where he was in an argument with his players and he told them to Google him? I Googled you, Doc. You've blown the most game 7s in NBA history. You got 1 championship thanks to Kevin Garnett and Tom Thibodeau. Otherwise, this is a whole bunch of losing. Loser.
Charles Barkley.
Google me. Get the hell out of here. You better be really cool. You better be Kurt Signetti if you pull out the Google me line. You better actually have a resume worth being impressed by.
Well, that's where he got it, I'd imagine.
Well, he's not Kurt Signetti.
Charles Barkley points to the Bucks players as one of the factors why Doc Rivers is leaving.
I would say that is one of the factors. I would say another one of the factors is Doc Rivers.
Yeah. Well, also Cooper Flagg's season comes to an end with an ankle sprain.
Well, everyone's season came to an end. That was the end of the regular season.
Well,
yesterday.
yeah, the headline is the ankle sprain.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle a bit. And all right, you ain't got to play the rest of the game, brother.
He got a sprained left ankle, so we'll see.
You're all good, brother. You ain't got to play.
See if he can make it back next year. And then also finally in political news, President Trump is facing some criticism after posting himself as Jesus Christ in a recently, I guess it's an AI image.
An AI truth post, I believe.
Truth Social.
That's legitimately crazy, right?
Trump depicted as Jesus Christ.
Like that's legitimately crazy, right? Like we've seen the image for a while that has like Jesus behind President Trump.
Now
guiding him
is Jesus. Yeah, it's coming. He's being criticized of blasphemy.
I couldn't help but think what would have happened if Barack Obama had posted himself as Jesus Christ, and how people would have received that.
Well, people are not receiving it well.
Nor should they.
People are not happy about it.
Nor should they. Nor should they be.
So that's been going around. But
this is just it's been a rough couple weeks for President Trump, I think.
Yeah.
Well, posting himself as Jesus is legitimately crazy. And
it's not even political. I mean, you'd say that about anybody.
Yeah,
like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
you can't compare yourself to Jesus. No one can. None of us can. See, that's why. Yeah, because Jesus, he didn't sin like we do. We're all trying to be more like Jesus.
Sure,
that's what they say. They say you should try to be more like Jesus. But
Trump did add a new card or a new fight to the White House card, though.
What was it?
A guy named Josh Hokett, who's being like this WWE style wrestler character, where he's just outlandish with his promos, and then Derek Lewis, the balls are hot guy.
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
So they're now
balls are
set
hot.
to face off at the UFC White House Freedom 250 event.
So the wrestling character gets on, but Colby Covington still can't get a call?
Yep.
Oh, poor guy. Let's dive into some Tennessee baseball after the break. Huge weekend series for the boys. We'll get to it. Stick with us.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Good morning, sports fans. It's Aiden Sidoti with your Talk Sports update. Tennessee baseball completed the sweep of 8th-ranked Mississippi State on Sunday, beating the Bulldogs 7-2 behind 6 2/3 innings and 6 strikeouts from left-hander Evan Blanco. In the NBA, Doc Rivers is out as head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks after going 97-103 across 3 seasons in Milwaukee and missing the playoffs this year. In the MLB, Drew Rasmussen allowed just 1 hit over 6 scoreless innings as the Tampa Bay Rays finished their first 3-game sweep of the Yankees since 2021, holding on for a 5-4 win. Hey, John and Cody, are you guys back in on Tennessee baseball after that sweep of Mississippi State? Back to you guys in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studio.
Let's break down Tennessee's sweep as they broke out the brooms. Feels good. It's been a long time since we've been able to say brooms out. Boy, was it at the right time too. And I gotta say, my interest was very much so waning on this product, on this team, on this program. That's how you pull some people back in, though. Going out, I watched every pitch of Saturday and Sunday. Friday, not so much. I went to see Kevin James, by the way, not very good.
Really?
Yeah, not very.
You were
good.
Excited for that.
I like Kevin James, and like it doesn't change the way I view Kevin James because I still love King of Queens and I still like him enough as an actor, but as a stand-up comedian, not for me.
I mean, he's never really been known for his stand-up.
No,
right?
And I knew that going into it. My expectations were pretty low, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It was basically an hour of, oh my God, I'm so fat. Here's all the stuff about me being fat. Oh, did you know one time I snuck out and I went and fell asleep in a Wendy's parking lot when I told my wife I was going to CVS? Oh man, then I got in bed and had ketchup on my face. Okay, good one. And I don't know if he does it in all of his stand-up routines, but he was ripping off Sandler in terms of trying to play some music with it. I didn't much so care for that. I know
Was he playing a guitar?
Yeah, I know Sandler's not the only guy. Well, he can't really play the guitar, so mostly it was like rapping along to like instrumentals, but not very good. So I didn't get to watch most of Friday's game. By the time I got back home, I got to see the.
You should have went and saw our boy Felipe Esparza.
I should have, but I had free tickets to go see Kevin James, and to be honest, to our friend Felipe, I didn't really know who he was until like 3 days ago. So
yeah.
No disrespect to him if he's listening, but I like him. If I could have it to do over again, maybe I would have done differently. But also maybe not, because every time I'm in the Tennessee Theater, I appreciate being inside the Tennessee Theater.
So beautiful.
It is.
Such a beautiful building.
I love being in there. Any chance I can get.
It's gorgeous.
Felipe is like a Hispanic mix between Bert Kreischer and Joey Diaz. He likes to take his shirt off, I feel like.
Okay. So probably not my type of comedy either.
But also Joey Diaz, because he's just
Felipe takes his shirt off?
He has in the shows that I've watched him in. I don't know if he
that.
does it for a stand-up, but in the Eric Andre show, that's his bit where he just has no shirt on.
Now, Sam, credit to you. You kept believing in the boys whenever I was kind of and Cody had given up, months ago when Tony Vitello left.
Right.
But, we had talked about them being on the bubble to even make the NCAA tournament. Now, after a big-time sweep, they rise 23 spots in the RPI. That gets them back, at least in consideration, to maybe see if they can find their way all the way back in the top 16 if they could continue to play better. And what I thought we saw this weekend was just a more fundamentally sound team and a team that pitching-wise didn't walk very many batters, and every relief pitcher that came in was able, for the most part, to not do bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think I still have got some egg on my face coming back here this Monday. I know I've been holding out hope for the boys, but I think on Friday I was like, if we can just win one, that'll be the baseline for me. But
I'm not saying that you stood 10 toes down with the boys, but Cody had already he went AWOL, he abandoned ship, and I was like really hanging back, like, hey, the first sign of trouble this weekend, I'm leaving. I
was
running
on
away.
a lifeboat.
Yeah, Cody had already made it back home.
I was rowing out by myself on a lifeboat in the ocean, headed for the shore.
No, but that felt great, and I do feel like that's a series that can kind of change some things for you this weekend. You capitalized on good outing. You mentioned it from your pitching. Like, you got great outings from your starters. You got great outings from those first guys you turned to out of the bullpen. And I think you kind of found your lineup too. I think you put Reese Chapman up there in that 2 spot, and it feels like he's becoming that veteran guy on this team that really is stepping up and kind of being that guy. You kind of have those young guys kind of in the middle of that lineup with Grimmer and Grenlinger there, and then you.
Well, also important to say, like on Saturday, that's how your team's supposed to look when Jay Abernathy actually hits the ball.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, Abernathy being there in that 9-hole, getting extra base hits, being really aggressive on the base pass, and just like flipping that lineup to get it back to those strong hitters you've got there with Garrett Wright and everyone after that, but also just being aggressive on the base pass and kind of putting some pressure on the opposing pitcher.
That was a really fun series.
Now, from the outsider's perspective, is the story more about Tennessee getting it together, or is it more so Mississippi State is completely falling apart? Because they've now lost 6 in a row, all at home.
State hasn't been playing their best ball as of late, but with the way that Tennessee's season was going, I don't think you're going to, step into a top 10 road series and go sweep it and say like, it wasn't as impressive as we maybe thought. Like, you just got to keep rolling with that one.
And from a national perspective, Tennessee still has respect. Like, if this was 3 years from now and Tennessee had been, treading water in the wilderness, post Tony Vitello, maybe this is more about Mississippi State collapsing. But for this to be the first Josh Elander season, and then for this to be his first moment, I think you celebrate that and say, oh, watch out for Tennessee. There's still a lot of talent there on that roster. And, oh, wow, look, they're up in the RPI. And if you check the SEC standings, wow, they're all of a sudden almost back to 500 with a Ole Miss team coming into Knoxville that they can definitely take the series.
Say
watch out.
Say what you will about the Vols this season, but we certainly haven't dropped 6 straight games at home. That's a tough stretch for State.
Yeah, and for Mississippi State,
that's a bad run.
Their lineup, their bats, looked pretty lifeless for most of the weekend. So, I think it's fair to question was it more so Tennessee's pitching turning a corner, or was it Mississippi State's lineup being dead? I think if you ask me that question, that's one I also considered this weekend. But I thought Tennessee starters, like Sam said, pretty damn stout.
Even before this series, tell me if I'm wrong, but did we not feel pretty great about our starting pitching? Like, is that not probably the brightest spot on this team?
What really flipped, I thought, this weekend was just situational hitting. I'm looking at our hitting with 2 outs. Friday night, you hit 273, but you obviously kind of gutted that one out with good pitching. But then Saturday and Sunday, you hit 385 on Saturday with 2 outs, and then you hit 357 yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you put the game away on Saturday, all of 2-out hits. I feel like you really, and yesterday too, I believe, like in the 9th inning, was that all with 2 outs too? Or maybe the 6th inning? You did a good job of getting 2-out hits there for insurance runs and just to really avoid a sweat. Cody, going back to your question about the pitching, I would say yes and no. I think overall we looked at the starting pitching as good enough, but I would say no in the sense that, like, it felt like for 3 series in a row, Josh Elander was trying to find a new pitcher. I don't know if you remember, he benched Tegan Coons and
he's shuffling him around.
Yeah, put Arvidsson there back in the starting rotation. Then he benched him and put Coons back in. And I thought Coons, if Tennessee is able to rally and actually like become a good team again, you could maybe say Tegan Coons' start in game 2 is the real catalyst for that, because winning Friday was cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, you still had questions, at least I did. Can you win this series? Can you win one of the next 2 games? It'd be really great if you win on Saturday. Then you could set up a possible sweep and really get rolling. So I was really locked in on Saturday, and I thought Coons came out for the first 5 innings and just was absolutely mowing them down. And I thought that was a really, really big deal for him to rise up to that occasion and rise up to that moment. He struck out 7 and, I want to say, had a no-hitter through maybe the first 3 innings, but like he let you get a lead and he kept the lead, and then of course you win the series on Saturday, so mission accomplished, like good job. But then you're able to like get greedy and say, hey, if we sweep, going from 4-8 in conference to 7-8 in conference, that's a pretty big difference. And then of course the difference between being 6-9 in conference and 7-8 feels pretty drastic too. Now you're looking at, hey, if you can just win the series against Ole Miss this weekend, you're back to 500.
Well, 4-8 is 4-8, but I do remember looking at it last week and just some of these results that we've had, these crazy losses, finding ways to lose games before this weekend series. Like, I don't feel so terrible about the 7-8 record as you might typically feel about a 7-8 record.
Oh no!
When you can point to 4 or 5 games, it could easily turn.
No, I feel really good about the 7-8 record right now, because like now that you've actually shown some proof of concept and proof of winning, and like they're not just going to be choking dogs that give up on the season. Like now that they battle back, now you can look glass half full and say you're 7-8, but really
you should have at least 10 wins.
Yeah, you're not far off from 10-5 and being like in like 3rd place in the conference. Like that's something you can really hang your hat on now. Hopefully last weekend against Mississippi State, these last couple games, hopefully that is the turning point that catapults you, and you can go out and win 2 of 3 against Ole Miss, or maybe sweep Ole Miss. And if you do that, then you're off and running.
Well, it's nice that the boys were able to go and kind of turn the momentum around with a big home series coming up.
Sure.
We should still be able to have some good crowds in Lindsey Nelson this weekend.
Well, you got 2 home series coming up. You got Ole Miss this weekend, then you got Alabama the weekend after.
And that'll only build on you win the Ole Miss series, and then
right. The Alabama one is a Thursday to Saturday weekend series, but like you got 6 games at home and some good vibes. Like I hope that Lindsey Nelson gets rocking this weekend. I hope that the fans kind of go there and try to pack it out and try to will themselves to getting back to 500 in SEC play. Because if you win that Friday game, much like we talked about with Starkville, if you win that Friday game, then you can really accomplish something in the weekend series. So,
well, the vibe going into this past weekend was,
as bad as it could get.
Well, you're on the verge of not even making the NCAA tournament. People are talking about what if this team doesn't make the tournament.
I mean, not to insult my friend, but like Sam was down on his knees begging for 5 and 10 in SEC play. He just wanted to win one of the 2 games,
and we won 3
against Mississippi State. And I'm not saying I was begging for that, but I would have probably been like, yeah, it's probably better than the alternative because a sweep was on the table with the way the team had played.
Yeah, you're right. A sweep was on the table, except it was the other end of the table.
That is right.
Yeah.
And I give Josh Elander a lot of credit, and I was happy to see Josh Elander get to celebrate because it had not been a great start to his tenure. And this team, I kept likening them to the Lady Vols. Of like, hey, yeah, you're close in these games and you're blowing these leads, and you could point and say, oh man, if we can just do 1 or 2 things better, we have a really good record. But then the team quit, right? The Lady Vols quit, and then all of a sudden they looked really, really bad. You had hoped the baseball team would find some success before it got too bad to where there was no coming back from it.
That's just a difference in culture to me.
Sure.
I mean, that's a coach who who has no culture versus a program that's won a national championship in the last 3 years.
Yeah, but I think you and I think a lot of people had questions on whether or not there was still any of that left after Tony Vitello left. Because this team looked pretty mentally weak over the last couple weeks.
There's a good quote from Elander post-game where he said credit goes to 2 places. One would be to Chuck Geralman, who's doing a good job with those guys as he gets more settled in, and vice versa with that crew. And then also to the players, just letting it happen to them instead of trying too hard. I think we did kind of hit a point where you lose so many of those games in heartbreaking fashion. We're just forcing the issue at the plate, trying to do too much, trying to make the hero plays. And this did just feel like the first series where those guys looked relaxed and just kind of ready for the moment.
I mean, you could point to Saturday and Sunday. There were moments in both of those games, and Friday, and Friday. I mean, that's a tie game, in the 7th inning, 8th inning. All 3 of those games could have gone the other way pretty easily. But unlike the previous month, Tennessee's players made the plays. Like, we haven't talked about it in particular, but like Manny Marin and Ariel Antigua made some pretty big plays in the middle of your infield that helped you win. We know against LSU on Sunday, you couldn't make a play on a fairly routine ground ball that could have won the game. You didn't make a play. LSU extended the game. We know what happened in the extra innings. So, Tennessee actually made some big plays. Your pitchers faced a couple, faced some trouble late in games, and every time they were able to put it out. Whereas we know what happened the previous month in the bullpen. Now, you can look and say, hey, really the first 15 games are kind of a wash now. In my opinion, you're 7-8. That's not a great place to be, but it's not the worst place to be. You're okay. No one's really ran away with like seeding in the SEC. Now, Georgia's 11-4. You got a really, long road if you're talking about trying to win the conference, but I'm not ready to get back to that. I'm just focused on like getting into the top half of the conference. And you're at 7-8, tied with Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Mississippi State. And you're just 1 game back from Arkansas, Auburn, Ole Miss, Alabama. Then that would put you, basically in 5th place? There's only 4 teams at 9-6 or better. So like you're 1 game out of 5th place. And you got a weekend series against Ole Miss, and you got a weekend series with Alabama on the docket. So if you can go out and take care of business and win both series, you'll be in pretty damn good shape.
4-2, win both series.
Yep. 4-2,
that's my
win
goal.
both series. I think that's a very fair goal.
Those are both ranked. The new D1 baseball poll comes out. Ole Miss is ranked 25th, so you'll have an opportunity for a ranked series win. Yet again, there are 10 SEC teams ranked in the poll this week.
Yeah, and we're not one of them. And obviously, I got no issue with us not being one of them. But if you come out and you win that series against Ole Miss, who knows? Maybe you take their spot at number 25.
Well, Oklahoma's number 14, and you said that we have the same record as them in conference play?
And the same record overall. They're 24-11 overall,
somehow they're
7-8 in the SEC, and we are 24-12, 7-8 in the SEC.
Somehow they're ranked 14th.
Yeah, I won't pretend like I know the intricacies of their opponents or whatever.
I guess maybe they beat somebody.
look, I'm not going to talk about Tennessee, crying about where other teams are compared to us because we lost 5 of 6 to LSU and Vandy, and those two teams still look pretty bad.
Yeah, they're both unranked.
Like we have a schedule that we could easily be like we said, 10-5, and in a really, really good spot. A really good spot here.
Tough league, man.
10-5 would have you at second in the SEC, a half game back, and that's not even talking about the missed home run against Georgia and how you could have easily won that series. But if you can't tell from our voice, it sounds like the glass is half full this week. That's what happens when you come out and take care of business. Bubba, did you have any thoughts on the baseball team? I know you're out racing this weekend, but did you?
Yeah, I was on the road for 10 hours, but it seems like Friday nights are our most important. Moving Appenzell to Friday nights, is absolutely huge going forward, and hopefully you can keep it up.
Yeah, I guess I thought maybe they'd move him to Friday with the idea that maybe he'd be able to get a couple innings on Sunday. It doesn't sound like they're going to mess with that. It seems like on Friday night you're going to go with like, hey, here's Mac and here's Appenzeller, and let's get off to the weekend on a good start. Like let's win that first game and then let the dice fall where they may.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of luck and skill, but like having to only use 2 arms for Friday and then 2 arms for Saturday definitely helps the team a ton.
And maybe that's the way to go is like, hey, we're going Mac and Appenzeller on Friday, and we will go Coons and Arvidsson on Saturday, and then we'll throw everybody else on Sunday. We'll throw kitchen sink at you on Sunday. But shout out to Blanco. I thought he
gets deep into all of his
outings. Yeah. He pitched really well. He gave you 6 2/3, and you didn't really have to ask too much of your bullpen. Mm-hmm. The starting pitching is good enough to give you a chance to turn this season around. And if you can rely on Arvidsson to be that second guy on Saturday, because I feel pretty good about Appenzeller being the second guy on Friday, that's a pretty tough quartet to beat when you combine the starting pitching with those 2 super relievers. The question is going to be like, is Arvidsson reliable? And does the offense give you enough? Does the defense give you enough? Because you are equipped to win a 3-game series with a lot of teams. Like you are pretty good. And beating, Mississippi State's Friday night pitcher is a pretty big accomplishment. That guy he had an ERA around like 1.5 or it might have been 1.15 going into that.
Yeah, not anymore.
Nope, not anymore.
How about UCLA, ranked number 1, and they just won the women's title, and now they're ranked number 1 in baseball. They're the new LSU.
Well, good for them.
Another thing about the Tennessee Theater, it's always nice and cool in there.
It's a great venue,
and the seats are big enough. I'm never uncomfortable in there.
I gotta say the drinks ain't bad either.
Yeah.
$10 for a cocktail, hell, it ain't that bad for that type of venue.
Yeah. Do you know about the secret bathroom? Because I was going to say the one downside is the bathroom. You got to go downstairs and wait in that line for the bathroom. But there's actually a secret bathroom.
Yeah.
It's not really a secret, but it's kind of tucked away. It's kind of most people don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's never a line there. Right at the top of the. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like if you're sitting on the left side of the theater and you go out that door right up.
Don't tell everybody about it. It's a secret for a reason.
Well, yeah.
You just told thousands of people.
Yeah, but me saying that's not
10,000 people just learned of the new secret bathroom.
I don't think that's going to send it over I don't think it,
Jesus. You going to tell them about our secret shortcuts too? Or are you going to tell them about our best way to get from Farragut to downtown? I don't really have a secret place for that route, but you know what I'm talking about. You get the idea.
Yeah, I don't know what the secret would be there.
Yeah.
You're going to be in traffic no matter what there. I guess you cut over to Middlebrook, but that feels kind of out of the way when you're coming from Farragut to get all the way up to.
Yeah.
Maybe you take Lovell Road up to Middlebrook and go. Maybe that might be a route.
Hey, everybody, you hear about the secret bathroom?
Consider.
Jesus.
No, they're not going to. Nobody will remember.
Any other baseball thoughts?
And that's if there's a secret bar. Yeah. Sometimes those lines do get a little long. Anyway.
Any other baseball thoughts?
No. Just to answer Aiden's question, I'm back in. I'm back in on the boys. So we'll see how this weekend goes.
The season was on life support, and my interest was on life support. Now, I was ready to give all the money away to Rick Barnes and the boys. But you know what? You can keep some of it. for now, Josh Elander. But no more foolishness. Like, you got to win this Ole Miss series. You got to make that Mississippi State series count. But at the very least, everybody who bet on the Vols this weekend had a pretty good weekend. Hell, they're giving us over 2-1 on both nights, all 3 nights. Cashed in pretty good on Saturday and Sunday on the boys. So Josh Elander's all right with me this week. We'll get you updated on some Tennessee basketball news. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Did you just bring in a glass of chocolate milk? Is that Yoo-hoo?
I wish.
It does look like that.
I wish it was. That is Starbucks iced coffee with half and half.
Oh, okay. Been way cooler, yeah, if it was chocolate milk.
What does your little cup
Jinx.
say?
That's the Red Frog Rum Bar from the Carnival cruise ship.
What's the fraction on this half and half?
Do what?
Are we sure it's half and half and not like 3/4 and 2/4?
That's a fair question by Bubba.
Well, see, the half and half is half milk, half cream. That's what the half and half is. And the ratio in this cup of iced coffee to half and half is about a third half and half and about 2/3 coffee.
Have you not taken the sticker off of that cup?
I guess not.
Is this your first time using it?
Sam, what do you think about my sticker?
I've been noticing it. It looks sharp.
Yeah? Does it look good on camera?
I guess.
You can't see it.
Can't see it? What the hell?
Only your fan run one.
No.
I
Did I not put it up high enough?
um,
What about now, Bubba?
What is it?
Maybe
Under
a
sticker.
star, but
Oh, the Titans.
The Titan sent me a sticker. You can't see it?
You can only see
Not
just
really,
like
no.
maybe the top 10% of it.
Oh my God.
10, probably 5.
Why didn't I put it higher?
Is that all you wanted? Was it for it to be visible on the video?
Yeah, I wanted to represent for my boys when we're on the YouTube and the Twitter.
Maybe we can turn your camera down.
Well, I'm not going to go mess with the camera just for that purpose. I'm about to get me a big bookshelf, or I'm about to get me some books on here to stack it on top of, make it higher, make my laptop eye level. Or I'll just have to hold it during the segment.
Then your face would be covered
That looks
up.
good right there.
I'll just hold it like this. I'll get a good forearm workout too. Tennessee basketball, a couple of acquisitions. We talked about the big center you got from Loyola. You also went and got you a guard from Cal, as Day-Day Ames said he is coming to Knoxville. Any big thoughts on him?
I don't know anything about him, but I'm not a fan of the name.
You don't like the name Day-Day?
No.
What?
I don't like it. How's it spelled?
D-A-I space D-A-I.
It's not what I would have thought. I would have thought it was like D-E-D-E.
I kind of can't wait to be screaming at my TV all day after he's just dropping 25 a game.
All day? Okay. I could get on board with that.
Yeah, he had a couple of really big scoring outputs this year. He scored 31 at Wake Forest, scored 27 in the ACC tournament, 29 against Georgia Tech. So he has shown that he can pop.
Look, I'd like to make it clear. I'll come around if he's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be really good or not. I don't know how I feel.
Right now, he sounds like a clown to you, but
yeah,
20 a game, he can say whatever he wants.
He's really good. I don't care what you call him. You call him Day-Day, Bebe, May, Lele.
We'll see who Tennessee is able to pair with him in the backcourt, as we are still on Juke Harris.
Juke and Day-Day. Now, that's what we need. That sounds to me like a couple guys that can play basketball.
Tennessee still trying to kick the tires and wait.
We're not going to get him.
The good news is that we officially have enough athletes on our roster to have a starting rotation.
Let's go. We can now run some plays.
Yeah.
You're still waiting to see what transpires behind the scenes with Tanner from Vanderbilt.
We ain't getting him either.
Yeah, I would say at this point it doesn't feel like you're going to get him. So you don't think you get him or Juke
Why
Harris?
is it that we never get the guys that we really want to get? You ever notice that?
What are you talking about?
The guys that like everybody
Why are you
talks
always so
about.
glass negative? What do you mean? We got Chaz
Clearly,
Lanier.
my glass is full.
We got Chaz Lanier 2 years ago. That was the guy everybody really wanted.
Yeah, but normally it seems like those big names. We never
You got
get those.
Tyreek. You got Tyreek Key all those years ago.
That's an NBA player.
We never get.
Yeah, he played in the damn NBA. You got Tyreek Key from Indiana State.
Sure, but we never get that big name guy.
You ever heard of Tristan Keys?
Actually,
you ever heard of Faison Brandon? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about basketball. But actually, we did get Nate Ament, and
we got Nate Ament. We got Chaz Lanier.
But Nate Ament was kind of the first one.
We beat Kentucky for Chaz Lanier. Kentucky wanted to give Chaz Lanier millions of dollars. He said, no, I'm going to take less. We got Jacoby Gillespie. That was a big name in the transfer portal, too.
Yeah, but not the biggest name. I'm talking about the big name, the biggest name, those top 5 type of names.
Okay.
But Nate Ament, I will say, was the first one that we got that really, the first really huge name we got that I was like, wow, we got him.
What big names have we missed out on?
I'm just talking about like the guys that go to Duke, the guys that
we don't even try for most of those guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Nate Ament was kind of our first massive fish we landed.
Kentucky, you beat Chaz Lanier for Kentucky.
Okay, Chaz Lanier was at North Florida.
He was a big name,
I
though.
like Chaz Lanier.
He was a big name.
Yeah, I love the guy.
They offered him millions of dollars.
He was not a big name as far as a prospect coming out, though.
He was pretty damn big in the transfer portal.
Nate Ament's a top 5 NBA prospect. That's the kind of, the names I'm talking about is the guys like that. I'm just saying.
So the guy we got last year. So you're complaining about it, even though you're saying, well, actually, we did do it last year. You just want to complain.
Well, I just said
glass
that's
half
the
empty,
first
Cody.
one we got. My glass is clearly at 80% full.
Well, you're focused on the 20% that's gone.
You don't even have a glass.
I don't need one.
You got a tumbler full of
bless you, Bubba.
Vodka.
Thank you.
You're acting like Rick Barnes can't go there and get some good players. Hell, he's gotten some good players.
I know Rick Barnes can get good players. I'm just saying, like, I think what happens is
we got the number 2 portal class in the country right now.
Can I speak? I think what happens is I get my hopes up for all these names. Like, everybody talks about how good these names are. Like, oh, Juke Harris. You know, like, I've seen Tyler Tanner. I know
wouldn't be
good.
excited about Juke Harris either if he came.
Yeah, I would.
No, you wouldn't. He's not a name.
Yeah, he is now.
Jacoby Gillespie was the number 12 transfer in the country.
Yeah, Jacoby Gillespie was a bigger name than Juke Harris.
Jacoby Gillespie was a name, yeah. But he was the number what transfer?
Number 12.
Okay, see, we never get number 1, 2, 3.
We got the number 2 class in the transfer portal right now.
The number 2 class in the transfer portal?
Yeah.
Well, that's because we ain't got no players.
Behind only what, Louisville?
That's because we ain't got no players.
We've only taken 3.
Yeah. I just want to get a top-end guy. Yeah,
you could probably argue that Jacoby Gillespie was maybe the second or third most efficient guy in the portal last year.
Yeah.
Yaxel was number 1. PJ Haggerty went to Kansas State. Who cares? 20-point-a-game guy, but he went to Kansas State.
I simply just won a national championship.
Sturts at Iowa. He was real.
He was
impactful. Donovan Dent at UCLA took him 90% of the year.
Sturts, everybody knew he was going to go, though.
Boogie Flan was number 6. He was kind of a flop at Florida this year.
This guy just wants to complain.
Rob Wright at BYU. He was a good player.
Win championship.
Hell, far.
Gillespie's really the next best guard.
We kick ass in the transfer portal. We get good players.
I never said we don't do good in the transfer.
You're crying because we don't get Juke.
I said
because we might not get Juke Harris.
I never said.
Oh, fire Barnes! We didn't
not
get Juke
put
Harris.
Words into my mouth.
And we haven't even missed out on Juke Harris yet.
We don't do good. I just said we don't get the top end guy.
Jacoby Gillespie was a top end guy.
He was.
Chaz Lanier was a top end guy. Kentucky was desperately trying to pay him multiple $1 million.
They were good players, but they were not top of the top.
Have you ever heard of Dalton Connect?
Yes, and he was top of the top. He was awesome.
You beat Indiana for him, like that's.
But he was a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, but Indiana desperately wanted him.
He was Dalton Connect's the best player you've mentioned so far, but he was a diamond in the rough, and that was just great scouting by Rick Barnes. I'm saying I want some NBA guys. You tell me this every year.
Chaz Lanier made the NBA.
Tyreek Key.
Come on.
Tyreek Key is in the NBA.
Come on, give me a break. You tell me every year if you're going to win
Felix
a championship.
Okpara is probably going to be in the NBA too at some point.
Fine. You tell me every year to win the national championship, to make the Final Four, to be there at the end of the day, you got to have that NBA talent.
We had an NBA. You have to have one guy in the first round. We had that guy this year.
I know. Yeah, this is the first time we had it, but
we had it the last 2 years.
But we didn't get
Dalton Connect went in the first round.
How many times do you have?
Chaz Lanier could.
How many times have you told me the difference in a lottery pick versus a middle round pick is like
you haven't mentioned lottery pick.
Well,
you don't have to have
what I'm talking about.
You don't have to have a lottery pick to
see. This is you just trying to argue.
You don't have to have a lottery pick to win the title.
About.
You don't have to have a lottery pick to win the
title.
title.
Exactly
the
what
stat
I mean.
is that you have to have a first round pick.
You're nitpicking me.
No.
You know exactly what I mean.
You don't even know what you're arguing.
I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying we never have a high-end lottery pick. This year we do. This year we'll have a high-end, but that's the first time. It's the first time it's happened. You got to keep throwing darts at that dartboard.
No. That's not usually how that's not usually how it goes.
You don't want to keep throwing darts at the lottery pick draft board?
No. When you talk about the stat you're referring to have a first-round talent to win the title, it doesn't have to be a lottery pick. It has to be somewhere in the first round.
Well, I don't know about that.
Like Walter Clayton Jr. going like 25th or whatever.
Well, Felix Okpara ain't the reason you're going to win a title, you know.
I mean, he is if you had better guard play, he'd have been good enough to win if you had better guard play.
Well, that's all I'm asking for is to get all the pieces of the puzzle put together perfectly.
Simple. Cody he's always asking for.
Just do it perfect.
All he's asking for is a damn national championship.
I'm not even asking for that.
And a couple lottery picks.
I just want one Final Four.
Can you give this guy a national championship and a couple lottery
tired
picks?
of reading through comments when something good happens with our basketball team and every fan base is in there saying 0 Final Fours.
Just give me one of the best basketball teams of all time.
No, give me one Final Four.
Do you know who's not in our
Final Four?
Do you know who's not in our reply saying that though?
No one. Everyone says it.
UConn,
Kentucky says it. Arkansas says it.
No,
Florida says it.
Those programs aren't better. Those programs aren't better than us. UConn doesn't.
What?
Those programs aren't better than us.
Kentucky, Arkansas, and Florida are not better programs than us.
Not in the last 10 years, no.
Well, no, not in the last.
I'm talking about Rick Barnes' program. I'm not talking about the history of basketball.
I would argue Florida winning a natty would.
But the one natty, but a whole bunch of failures otherwise.
Sure. I would just say that might be debatable.
Sure.
We've been better than Kentucky and Arkansas the last 10 years.
Alabama gets in there saying it, but they don't even do it that much to us because they respect us. But it's the Kentucky that does it all the time.
Us.
Alabama basketball fans respect Rick Barnes.
Alabama basketball fans can't tell their ass from their head.
You don't see Kansas fans getting in our mentions talking about no Final Fours.
They don't care. They're not in the SEC.
You don't see UConn doing it.
Well, yeah, they don't care.
No, because they respect it.
No, I think they're just not in the same conference.
No, they respect us.
We're not really on the
radar. It's
radar.
all the teams in the SEC we've passed that just try to bring us down. Hell, you got even South Carolina fans. Oh, no Final Fours. Who cares, South Carolina?
They're irrelevant. But even they have one.
Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation, or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Another trip to the news desk with Cody McClure.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
The orange and white game was Saturday.
Yeah, we can talk some Tennessee football coming up after the headlines.
Okay.
Unless you got some
No, I
impressing.
didn't know if we were going to go the whole show without even mentioning it because
I was going to talk about an hour 3, guys. I don't know how much we can really squeeze out of it. We'll try to though.
Not a lot of juice.
Yeah,
not a lot of juice.
We'll try to.
Well, how about Coachella then? Let's talk Coachella. Fans dub Justin Bieber's $10 million festival gig the worst performance they've ever seen.
It's so strange. I've seen it's so divisive because I think there's a large group of people who are just happy to see him on stage performing.
Well, this is coming from Fox News. So
it's split right down the middle. I mean, it was a farce of a performance where he just literally brought up his computer and was just playing his old YouTube videos and just singing along with them.
That's what this says, yeah.
But also, I saw shots of the crowd. They were just excited to see him out there singing Baby and singing songs and just being out of the house. And I think for a lot of people, it maybe made them hope that he would tour or do some concerts, but it was very strange. I didn't think it looked very good because it was just him sitting up there singing along with his songs.
Well, why did he have his computer up there playing YouTube videos?
Because it was easier to just sing along with his own songs. It's crazy, and if I'm Sabrina Carpenter, I'd be pretty pissed.
She was next on my
Well, Sabrina Carpenter put on a pretty good show the night before and put a lot of work into her sets and the presentation and everything.
She's based.
But no one's really talking about her performance outside of her asking some Muslim woman what kind of chant she was doing and then just being oh, I don't like it. And people she's it's my culture. And she's oh, your culture's yodeling? And that was very awkward. So she's in a little hot water with that. But no one's talking about her actual performance. Bieber's getting all the headlines. And all he literally did was just stand up there with his computer.
Sabrina's getting a lot too in my algorithm. I mean, she's
getting a lot of love for her performance.
Well, no. It's all about the yodeling thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's getting that. She's getting made a political talking point right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Bubba.
So for Bieber's sake, he doesn't own his catalog. I don't know if you can remember.
Yeah,
back.
he
Apparently
sold it all
sold
off.
it for $200 million. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that affected any of his.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
You can still perform your songs. You just don't make the money off of it. They actually prefer you to perform your songs in concert.
Makes
that way,
them more money.
Yeah, people go stream it and buy stuff, and they make more money.
Well, Artemis landed safely in the Pacific Ocean over the weekend. I told you it was going to happen Friday, and it did. So
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the astronauts made it back.
Mission accomplished. I thought it was pretty cool. They threw I saw pictures from the neighborhood throwing the one guy welcome home party. The one astronaut came home.
Did you guys watch that as it happened?
No, I didn't.
They said that they were gonna land, they landed in the ocean or whatever, and they dragged them to some Navy base, I think, and then immediately that day they put them on a plane back to Houston. That felt crazy to me. You just have a crazy mission where you enter back into Earth's atmosphere and you almost burn alive potentially. And they're like, hey, guys, we're going to need to get you on a plane in the next couple hours. We couldn't get them a night's rest.
I don't know. On the flip side, if I'd been up there in space for so long, I just want to get home. I just want to be in my bed. I want to see my wife. I want to get some kisses. I want some home-cooked food. Get me home. I might be just get me home as soon as possible because, the worst thing for me personally is sleeping in a hotel. I hate sleeping in a hotel, especially if I
love sleeping in a hotel.
Especially if I'm tired. I hate sleeping in a hotel.
You hate hotels?
I hate. No, I don't.
God.
No. I don't hate hotels. I don't mind going to them and going on trips. I just know I never get a good night's sleep in hotels.
Really?
Or very, very, very rarely do I get a good night's sleep.
100% opposite. If it's a nice hotel.
Sure. I don't stay
I'm not saying that,
roach hotels or nothing.
Days in, but a nice hotel, those beds are so comfortable.
I don't sleep well in them.
Bad pillows.
You must have a good bed at home.
I got a good bed at home, but also I'm a creature of habit. The noises, the air conditioning cutting in and out.
Oh my God.
No ceiling fans. I gotta have a ceiling fan.
Oh, I love it. I don't need a ceiling fan when it's 62 degrees in the room.
No, it's just for me. It's a sound. I've always had to have it. My dad and Ma said that growing up they had just painted my room when I was a little baby. So there was paint fumes in the room. So they had to have fans. So I couldn't sleep without the fan.
Lead paint. That explains a lot.
Not lead paint, but just paint. They basically said I wouldn't sleep in there. I just cried until I had to have a fan on. So I think my whole life I've had to have a fan on every night I sleep. Now, I will say my old lady bought me a portable fan that I can travel with, 4 hotel rooms to plug in. That way I can get that sound, but I've never actually taken it out of the box.
You know, you can go on the TV
I've never once used it.
Just put like white noise. You ever try that?
It's not so much the noise. I need the air. I need the air moving around too.
You need it to be natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've slept with a box fan my entire life.
Yeah, and she bought me a portable box fan. I need to maybe take. It's just I can't ever fit it like in my luggage
That
when I'm actually
fan
flying.
might explain some of your sneezing, your allergies.
It's possible.
Because I love the fan too, but I notice if I run a fan, I sneeze more. So I don't know.
It's from all the dust like up on the fan getting on you. I don't know. Just getting everything in. But so like I kind of agree with the people from Artemis. I think I just would have been like, get me home as soon as possible. I want to see my dog.
This might be a dumb question, but could they not have just dropped them near Houston? Why did they drop them on the West Coast?
I think that's a dumb question, but I'm not sure.
It probably is, but why is it a dumb question? Like that's what I want to know. Like
I'm
there's
pretty
water.
Sure I'm pretty sure like the math to get them like back safely, like in just that equation. I don't know if they necessarily had the choice of like location.
Was there also just not much more room to land in the Pacific?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
the Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of America is pretty damn big.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you get too far down, are you like all of a sudden technically in Mexico? Like, and that's a different story. Like,
well, it'd be the same thing in landing off San Diego. You'd be in Mexico.
Well, that's why I'm asking how far of a. Where'd they land? They land in San Diego.
It was off the coast, somewhere near San Diego.
I just heard California.
Tijuana's on the border.
I don't know if that's the answer or not. I don't know what the reason is.
I just like if you got to drop them in the water. To me, I wouldn't. I don't.
If you're trying to land in Houston, though, like it feels like you're closer to land.
I'm just saying they could have. I mean, Galveston's ready. It'd be a 50-mile drive. Have some SUVs waiting in Galveston for them and just take them right to Houston. It's like 50 miles.
I don't know the reason.
I don't know. Barron Trump is preparing for a launch of his new beverage company in May.
A beverage company?
What? Yeah.
What the hell does Barron Trump know about beverages?
I don't know. But
what is it called?
It's a how do you say this?
Wolf
Sam?
Cola?
It's yerba mate. Have you heard of this? I've heard of this, but I don't know what it is.
Is it booze?
No.
It's an
Messi
energy drink.
drinks that stuff.
Huh?
Messi drinks it.
Oh, so it's something that already exists. He just
it's like this herbal tea. It's like coffee almost. I don't know.
It's a bitter herbal tea from South America, marketed as a caffeinated alternative to
I remember
coffee.
it was a huge thing back in the last World Cup that Argentina won, where like
so he's just taking
all of their players drink it. Like it's like some ritual, basically. You drink it multiple times a day or something.
So he's just taking something that exists, but then like he's going to brand
I
it.
want this kid to work a damn blue collar job.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Put him out in construction.
Why would Barron Trump work a blue collar job?
I don't know.
You need to get his ass in the paint. Teach him a hook shot.
Yeah, he is about 8 feet tall.
Did you see this story coming out over the weekend of Adam Jacobs? I've never seen Adam spelled this way. Is it Adam Jacobs? Aadam? Maybe it's Adam. Did you see this story coming out where he has released 10,000 local concerts for free online? Like early Nirvana, Fish, like he's got like all types of just like old rock groups. He's been filming or recording concerts since 1989. And he's uploaded all of them to like his website. Over 10,000 concerts.
You think they're going to try to shut him down?
I feel like they are, yeah. But I don't know what the rules are. Like if you're allowed to record concerts or if they still technically own the rights to them or whatever. I don't know. But he has recorded over 10,000 concerts.
He's just some guy?
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
He's not like a... No, I didn't.
He's got 22-year-old Kurt Cobain politely announcing to the small crowd, "Hello, we're Nirvana. We're from Seattle." And I guess like one of the first concerts they've ever played. It was 2 years before they blew up.
That's what you were listening to earlier, huh?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that, but I did see the 60 Minutes expose on the trucking industry last night. That's been getting a lot of pub. Have you looked into that?
No, I haven't.
About how basically we are no longer safe on the road with the big trucks because of chameleon carriers. Chameleon carriers are 4 times more likely to be involved in crashes, according to data from a risk assessment, says 60 Minutes. And here's what a chameleon carrier is. It's a commercial trucking fleet, often foreign-owned and operated, that sheds one identity for another after racking up flagrant safety violations. So it's like a loophole somehow in the...
So basically their company gets shut down. They just start a new company.
They just create a new one. And
they're not abiding by any of the rules and regulations. They're just out here on the roads.
They're just out here recklessly operating.
Well, good work by 60 Minutes.
It was a great piece that they did. It was a whole big investigation. Good investigative journalism, which apparently still exists somewhat. But
that's cool.
You should check into it if you haven't. It's a big expose on the trucking industry. And also, be careful out there on the roads because of all these foreigners driving the trucks, is basically what they were saying.
Well, I said since 1989, but that was the Nirvana concert they were talking about. He's been doing this even longer than that. He's got some shows he's got James Brown from 1984.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. The tunnel construction has begun in Nashville for the Boring Company tunnel. They're getting to work today.
I hate that name of that company so much.
I do too. Jeff Goodman says one high major head basketball coach tells him, quote, "This has become a joke. We've got guys who averaged 3 points a game last year asking for $1 million. It's completely out of control."
Was that a true story about the Florida transfer?
No.
That wasn't? Okay. I'm just going to start asking Sam to vet things for me because I've given up on trying to figure out who the hell's a real account and who's not.
Right. I feel you.
Where the 7'9" guy that was transferring was asking for like $3 million. I was like, there's no way that's true. But I was like, at the same time, who knows? Might as well ask. Somebody might give it to you. As long as they can still take us to the circus. That's what I'd do if I was like a group of 5 school. I'd pay the big circus freak and then sell basketball tickets. But also make him do like carnival games.
Whenever the halftime show as well.
Yeah, and like outside the arena, $10 to see if you can, take a picture with him.
Waymo causing big trouble in Nashville as multiple drivers posted videos of the driverless vehicles holding up traffic and stopping in intersections. Nashville on Saturday, 5 days after the company launched in Music City. They are still very confused about how to drive in Music City. And President Trump says gas prices could be lower by the midterms or maybe a little higher. Who knows?
That's good.
So they'll either be lower or higher. And then one more. Pete Davidson says, quote, "It's hard to watch porn as a girl dad, but he powered through." So he still managed to watch it.
Just coming out from Tennessee baseball, if you're feeling good, if the vibes are high, coming off of your sweep against Starkville, well, Dr. Danny's got something for you. Coming up on Saturday, it's time to checker Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Well, we'll all be fired up for that.
How the hell are they going to checker Lindsey Nelson Stadium on Saturday? How are they going to do that? The sections are too far spread out. There's a lot of empty seats these days, Danny. You can only kind of checker it when it's a sellout. You know what I mean? And I know that they're going to say that this is like a sellout for baseball, but like when you watch these games, we're basically at what, 50% capacity right now? If that. Can't check. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. We'll talk some orange and white football. Stick with us.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311. Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
To talk a little bit about the orange and white game. Let's see who can squeeze out the best topic. Sam, Cody, Bubba, you're on the clock. Who wants to go first?
Those Nike jerseys look good for the last time.
You thought they looked good? I thought the gray looked terrible, but good job stepping up to the plate with the first topic. Cody, are you going to miss Nike? That was the last time you're going to see Tennessee football in Nike.
No, I won't miss Nike. I don't care. I don't care what they wear.
Bubba, did it make you sad seeing the Vols run through? I don't know if they ran through the tee or what, but just on the field in Nike for the last time?
We'll see if it's the last time.
Well, last time for a while. At some point, we'll go back.
I mean, personally, if the polos fit a little bit better on me from Adidas, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, Nike doesn't do well with the big boys.
No.
That much is true.
They know they sell out of XL more than they sell out of mediums. Come on now.
I feel like Adidas is probably worse. All those skinny little European guys.
No, Adidas is better.
I was gonna say back in the day, Adidas definitely fit better. Like Nike, I don't like
Ask
Nike.
me how I know.
I don't like Nike's stuff really, just in the sense of like their shirts, all of them, just even their hoodies, they all do the slim fit stuff, and it just doesn't. I just don't like it. Maybe if I was slim fit, I would, but I still don't think I'd like. I think even if I was like really skinny, I wouldn't want my hoodies to be super tight like that. I'd still want a little bagginess on there. But no, you're right about that, Bubba. Moving to Adidas is better from a merch standpoint, I think. Now the three checks not as cool as the stripe. The 3 stripes not as cool as the check mark. That's for certain. All right,
that's all silly to me.
Not bad for a topic, Sam, Cody, Bubba.
Go ahead, Bubba.
Related particularly to the orange and white game, or
Yeah, or just spill out from the orange and white game.
Yeah, something you saw on Saturday from the game.
Or just something you saw from Saturday that makes you think something big picture. I'll allow that.
big, bad, Deshaun Bishop, and the running back room.
Okay, what about it?
The guy from Tulane looks like a competent running back.
Who's saying that?
Me, myself, and I.
Javin Gordon, you're talking about the Tulane transfer. He did have a long run. So he did show a little explosiveness. That was kind of the only big-time play the running backs had from everything I've gathered. From the practice, from the updates I've read. Our friend Ryan Shumpert over at Rocky Top Insider did have a blurb that said, in the run game, there was one explosive play. Toward the end of the day, Javin Gordon, the Tulane transfer, trucked safety Jackson Matthews and was off to the races. Other than that, it was either a stifled attempt or a solid pickup, but nothing breaking loose. So you really only had one explosive play is what it sounds like. All right, Bubba, not bad. Cody, let's see what you got.
Faison Brandon should be the unquestioned leader in the clubhouse to be Tennessee's next quarterback.
Who reports that?
Well, I wouldn't call it a report.
Okay.
Necessarily.
Where's that coming from?
Just something I'm seeing out there.
Just like a random Twitter account.
But he may have a little Joe Milton in him. Let me see where I saw this. I'll let you know soon.
So Faison Brandon should be the starting quarterback as a takeaway. I didn't really see much of that this weekend.
I saw where somebody said he may have a little Joe Milton in him.
What does that even mean?
I'm guessing
like overthrowing
the
passes?
Overthrowing the ball, I'm assuming.
Okay. There was one play I saw, maybe even the first play really that he had, where he kind of evaded a sack, scrambled out to the right, then made a pretty bad throw. Maybe even made a bad read to go along with the bad throw. But like, my honest assessment is that nothing that really happened on Saturday matters in the grand scheme of things. Like
last year at this time, you had a lot of intrigue because Nico had just left.
Last year at this time, you had no quarterback. You had no hope. You had no jobs.
That was crazy to me that it's really only been a year since that's happened.
That does feel
it
like
has felt like it's been 5 years within our athletic department since that's happened.
It's funny how that sometimes happens, Sam, because like there's certain things as you get older, you're like, oh my God, it's already been 3 years since that happened. And there's other things you're like, oh my God, that's only been 12 months.
Yeah.
Probably like to the day. We're getting close to like it's probably,
I think a few days ago was to the day, yeah.
This article,
maybe.
This article basically just says they think Heupel needs to play both quarterbacks in the season opener against Furman.
That's probably the most likely thing that's going to happen. I mean, I'd bet a lot of money that both quarterbacks are going to play against Furman. The question is, do both quarterbacks play in the first quarter against Furman? Do you think both quarterbacks play in the first quarter against Furman as we sit here? Let's just call it 5 months out.
That's not something we really do, is it?
Well, we haven't really had a quarterback competition like this.
No, I would be surprised.
I feel like most teams in the country do give both guys some game reps.
I think I'd be surprised if we played both in the first quarter. I think
first half. What if I make it just first half?
Maybe. I think we'll have a starter. A starter
that plays the first 4 series.
I think we'll name a starter as in, this guy's our starting quarterback. I think that's what we'll get to eventually.
Before the first game?
I think so.
Sam, do you agree with that? Or do you think we are headed towards hey, it's most likely going to be quarterback X, but we're gonna play this dress rehearsal game and then we'll make our mind up for the Georgia Tech game?
I'd like to if we're going to go 2, I'd like to give them a half each. I don't like flip-flopping hey, you get first quarter here, you'll get the second quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's fair to – if it's truly you're giving both guys a shot in that game, I don't think you can do first half versus second half against a team like Furman just because you don't want to play all your starters the entire game, and you don't want the backups to be – you don't want the second quarterback to have to be out there with the backups because he's not going to have a realistic shot of –
I don't think you should have two quarterbacks to begin the season, honestly. I think you just make up your mind and go.
I think it's more likely we're going to want our guy to have those first game reps, the meaningful reps.
Okay.
To be ready.
Yeah,
for
both
Georgia
guys
Tech.
are just so inexperienced. Whoever wins that job just needs a full game under their belt.
Yeah, to be ready for Georgia Tech is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I do think there's something on the other side of like, hey, you don't know how either one of these quarterbacks are going to respond until you see them in a game. Both George McIntyre and Faison Brandon, like one guy could win the job in practice and then not look great in practice, and I don't think you should be dug in for a month and a half because of what you saw in practice. You know what I mean? Without seeing both guys in a game. Like,
yeah.
Part of the reason of having Furman on the schedule is that it's a dress rehearsal.
Well, I would like for that to be the case. I would like for that to be the scenario you're talking about, but I just don't think we're going to do that.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm just telling you what I think Heupel will do, but I don't, nobody can know for sure.
Well, I do agree with what both of you are saying that, like, ideally you want a quarterback to grab the bull by the horns, take the job, become the unquestioned leader. I mean, I would love if it became evident like in July. And then like the first week of camp, like one quarterback blows the other away and it's just obvious, okay, this guy's clear cut better. He's our leader. Let's rally around him. Let's get him. Could you talk about a game? Could you not say the same thing about practice? Could you not say the same thing about basically all of fall camp? Like,
yeah,
if you're going to have a starter, I would rather us announce that starter week 1 of camp and then just have him have 3 more weeks to get everything he can as a starting quarterback. That's not even what we really did with Joey Aguilar last year. We pretended like that was a competition up until like the last week or so.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll get that. Like, I think it is going to take all of fall camp for them to decide.
I am already prepared for us to get to the game week and Josh just to say,
or
that basically like it's going to depend on who has the best week of practice.
Yeah. I don't want to get that far, but I don't think it's going to be week 1. Like, nobody's going to be set in stone going into fall camp. It's going to take a couple weeks of fall camp for them to decide.
Yeah.
The defense looks better than the offense by most of the tweets I saw.
Yeah, but that doesn't surprise me.
No.
And like I think you see it every year in the NFL too. Just turn on a preseason game. The defense is going to be ahead of the offense. There's not going to be a lot of scoring. There's not going to be a lot of fluidity. Like the offense is going to need basically the first month of the season before they really start clicking.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. You should expect your defense to hopefully be better than your offense this time of the year.
Okay.
I wonder what the crowd was like over there. There wasn't a lot of buzz around town for the orange and white game from what I could tell.
How do you feel about it not being like televised anywhere? Like not even like can UT not at least put it like on their YouTube page? Like,
I guess that's is that a coach's preference?
Well, it made sense to me the last couple of years because you saw coaches complaining. Shocking. These $1 million gym teachers whining and complaining about something. But, you had a lot of coaches saying, hey, like, this spring game is kind of stupid now because of the spring transfer window. We give coaches a chance to scout our players, to recruit our bench players, but also these players can get mad if they didn't get the opportunities they want in the spring game and transfer. So it kind of just led to the spring game being kind of insignificant, but also like to the point where we don't even want them on TV or accessible to anybody. But now that there's no spring transfer window, maybe there's less of a reason to have your guard up. I don't know.
Was that a move just to create interest to attend in person? The fact that you could only see the orange and white game by actually being at the orange and white game instead of watching, highlights on SEC Network or something.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
I don't think it worked if that was the move.
I mean, they went 0 for 4 here, I believe.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
Like we tried to sell tickets for it a couple years ago, and that was a big disaster, I'd imagine.
They asked Kirby Smart about missing the mark in the college football playoff. He did an interview with Chris Lowe, and he said, "I will never apologize for winning an SEC title. I think it's the hardest thing to do in sports, to win the SEC title in almost any sport. Our conference is so hard, and when we went to 16 teams, it made it harder." So he's saying for Georgia, hey, look at these back-to-back SEC titles after they've come up short the last 2 years.
Well, I think there's some truth to that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so.
There's some truth to that. If you're Kirby Smart, like, don't apologize to him for winning your conference. But, like, if I'm a Georgia fan, we're not celebrating SEC titles to the same degree anymore. FanDuel put out their odds of make or miss the college football playoff. Have you seen these yet?
No.
Like right now, Georgia, the favorite in the SEC when it comes to playoff odds. They're minus 220.
Just to make it?
Yeah, just to make it. Just to make it.
Is that surprising that they have better odds than Texas?
Texas isn't far behind. Texas is at minus 180. So it's not like a huge difference.
Wouldn't that be better odds? Or
no, minus 220 is better.
Oh, you're saying okay, yeah.
Like minus 180 gives you basically the implied odds there, or that you're going to make the playoff 64% of the time.
Yeah, I got you. I was backwards on that.
Whereas minus 220 is going to mean like you're a 68, almost 69% chance. Like there's not a drastic difference there. It's like 5%, but no.
Yeah.
Minus 220, of course, better than minus 180. Yeah. But those are the only two SEC teams right now with negative odds. Does that surprise you?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how the odds are weighed. I don't know exactly what the odds should be, but I do think those two teams are clearly going to be the best teams.
Who would you put Who would you put in the third spot? These are all courtesy of FanDuel, by the way.
Well, they'll either have probably LSU, A&M, or Alabama.
And who would you have at the top?
I don't see how you view Alabama in that same light anymore, but I'll say Alabama.
Wrong. LSU.
Okay.
But it is LSU, A&M, and Alabama in that order. So you were right in terms of the way you thought of it.
Yeah.
LSU plus 115, A&M at plus 130, Alabama a slight step down at plus 160.
Okay.
There's one other team that's kind of hanging around in that same tier, if you will.
So Alabama has lost quite a bit of juice. More than what you'd be used to anyway.
Yeah, and at plus 160, the implied odds there are like 39%. 38.5%. So
there's another team there
that's hanging out under 2-1. This team comes in at plus 175.
Like Oklahoma?
No,
I wouldn't think
SEC team to make the playoff.
Yep.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, as they return their stud quarterback. Everybody else though is 2-1 or longer. Oklahoma is next at plus 260. Then you get Tennessee there with the 8th best odds in the SEC at plus 320. Bet $100, win $320.
You gonna bet on it?
I don't think so. Well, I had to consider it, and I do like betting on those things. That way, if they
$10,000 to win 32,000.
That way, if they do take care of business, I can buy my tickets. That is nice to pay for. Like I had a nice ticket on the Hawks to win their division at 5-1. That's going to pay for some playoff tickets. So that was nice.
It would be nice to have an extra 22,000 sitting around for playoff expenses.
It'd be extra 32,000 if you bet. With your joke, you're saying bet $10,000, you'd win 32,000.
Well, I know, but I mean, you'd have an extra 22,000 is what I meant, right?
Well, no, you'd win 32. It'd be $32,000 profit.
Yeah, and I know you'd get 32 back, but you already put 10 in.
32 profit.
What,
do you understand how gambling works?
Yeah, I understand how gambling works.
If something's 5-1, you bet $100 on it, they pay you $6 back. It's $100 to win 500, and then they put your original money back in.
But 10,000 to win 32,000. I understand the payout is 32,000.
No, the payout would be 42,000.
The payout would be 42,000.
Yeah, they give you back what you bet too.
I think Cody's kind of automatically deducting what he.
I was just saying you put that money up though, so you were already willing to spend that money. But I see what you're saying though. 10 to win 32.
The profit,
you would get 42. The payout would be 42,000. Yeah,
right.
So the profit would be 32.
Cody's just saying there's 32,000 of.
No, I was wrong again. I was wrong again. I was confused.
He just got confused.
I was confused.
But in this,
thanks for trying to stand up for me, though.
In this scenario, betting $10,000 to make the playoff might mean you just lose $10,000. Like if that were to be the case this year.
Well, would be the most likely outcome.
Plus 320 is, if you look at the gambling odds calculator, that's a 24% chance essentially of making the college football playoff.
If I bet $10 to win 32, they'll pay me 42.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought when I bet $10 and it says to win 32.
Yeah. That's $32 profit. You get your money back.
You're getting your winnings of 32, but then you're also getting the 10 that you put down on the bet to make 42. That's what I was trying to say, that what you were saying, I think. You're just saying that you think this would be just 32 grand of straight profit.
Let's just look at it a little bit different.
I just look at it.
Let's just pretend like it's minus 110.
To pay. It says to pay.
Well, to pay and to win are two different things.
Okay.
Those are two different words.
Well, when I bet,
conflating it now.
I'm just thinking about my app. When I bet, it says bet and it says to pay.
But let's look at it from this perspective. Let's say it's minus 110 and you bet $10 to win $9.
You make $19.
No, you make 9. They pay you out 19. What you make is your profit.
Okay, so at plus 320, would my thing not say bet 10 to win 32, or would it say to pay 32?
Well, every app's different. Again, that's where the words matter. If it says to pay out, it would say.
I think where I bet it says to pay. It just has what you bet and it has what you
then
make.
But then it would say 10 to pay out 42.
Okay. And that would be plus 320.
Yes. Like on FanDuel, it says to win.
So if I bet 10 and it pays out 32, that's just plus 220.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Precisely.
Well, see, I'm used to looking
the websites
at
the websites do word it differently on some of them. You are right about that.
I guess I got confused because mine just says bet and then to pay is what it says.
I feel like Cody mentally just takes away the money that
slow.
I'm
slow.
No, Sammy's just a moron.
I'm slow.
And this
don't say moron. That's a mean word. I'm slow.
They're really this exercise to me has pointed out it's embarrassing. I'm sitting with two professionals. One doesn't know the 4 damn tennis grand slams. One doesn't understand math and how the gambling stuff works. But B,
I never claimed to be a professional either.
B, what America has done to us. The fact that you can sign up for all these sports betting apps and just bet all you want without having like a base understanding of this.
This weekend, I bet $10 and I won 100. That paid 10 to 1, right?
Well, again, it comes down to was it a profit or was it a total totally paying out?
But is it not 10 to 1? If you bet 10, you make 100?
It depends. Are they giving you 100 or are they giving you 110?
Why does it depend?
Well, are they giving you 100?
No, they gave me
probably
100.
have $110 in your account.
What's in your account now? 100 or 110?
I cashed it out.
Okay, what was in your account before you cashed out? 100 or 110?
102 and 40 cents.
Then it was like plus 920.
Something like that, yeah.
So it was 9 to 1.
Yeah. But if it's 10 to win 100, you deduce that down.
You won $90.
1 is a tenth of 10, and 10 is a tenth of 100.
We call that 10 for 1. That's 10-4-1 odds.
Now, see, this is a little semantic.
No, it's really not. It's the opposite of semantics.
It's a little semantic.
No, it's very literal.
I don't know about that.
You're never losing the money that you put down if you win a bet.
Right. If you win.
Well, that's not in the sports betting apps, but like in the casino, you can do that. They call that 9-4-1. Like if you bet on like the heart, or if you bet on like a fire bet or something, it's like 4-1. They take your stake.
Well,
back.
I was just talking Cody in the sports betting industry.
Yeah, I know.
Did you ever bet the college basketball thing where you're betting on the buckets, like one by one?
Like what?
And you're betting the total, but you're it's like an over under, but it's
like you're talking about like a race to 10, that type of
no,
stuff?
No.
Next basket? Like
no, it's over under, but it pays out the amount that's over or under.
I have no clue.
I forget the name of the bet, but it's big in like basketball. But you're making money like essentially every time. Like let's say you take the total at 150. It's like every bucket over 150, you're making more money. Like let's say you bet the over and the over hits.
Like a progressive jackpot.
I forget the name of what they call that.
I've never seen that. Is that like on a specific app?
Well, I don't know. Artie Lang was talking about it during which that was back before all the online betting days. I think that was just with a offshore, but you said a fire. What'd you say? A fire bet or something?
Yeah, it's like at the dice table.
I forget what this type of bet is called, but it's something like that. There's a name for it. I can't remember what they call it. That'd be quite a rush, though, I would imagine.
Sure. I assume you had to pay out more if you were far off of it, too, right?
Yeah.
That would be the opposite of a rush.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Imagine having the over and like the two teams come out and just shooting bricks and you're like 30 points behind pace.
Yeah. But like if you bet 1,000, and then you get $2,000 every time a bucket is hit, basically.
Sure. All right, well, that was math with John and Cody.
Not really.
And words. You always say I nitpick your words, but sometimes words matter, see? Total payout versus
I don't know how much
win.
This matters.
It does if you're trying to make some damn money.
Scheme of the world.
Well, that's a different conversation. Hell, none of this matters in the grand scheme of the world.
Y'all just want to make me feel dumb.
No, I was trying to help you.
I feel dumb enough without you helping.
Yeah, that is true. I was just trying to help you. Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, We will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Call here on the program. Bubba, what do we miss so far today?
Well, we've missed one thing that happened on Friday the 10th. Jemai Meshack records a triple-double.
Quadruple-double.
If we include turnovers, but we're not going to do that.
No disrespect to Jemai Meshack, one of my favorite players ever, but that was a farce of a game, and the league ought to be ashamed.
I mean, the final score of the game was...
It was like 145 to it was something stupid.
Yeah, 147 to 101.
Yeah, it was a really, really stupid game. I mean, you talk about Jemai Meshack. I mean, Kenny Chandler went off in that game too, didn't he?
I'm glad someone that
Were they playing the Jazz in that game? I'm pretty sure Kenny Chandler had a good game too.
He had
that
a pretty
game.
solid game in that one.
Maybe that was a different one.
I'm glad that someone that watches the league had this thought too, because I love Meshack as well, but it didn't really impress me when there's 3 triple doubles in one game.
It wasn't impressive. And I love Meshack, and I hope he gets to stick around, and I hope he's done enough to at least earn himself a spot at the end of a bench next year. But no, this one's not.
Do you think a performance like that goes a decent way in terms of staying on an NBA roster, obviously, just as a role player? Or do you think other NBA teams look at that and just
I think that game literally means nothing.
I mean, he was out there for all 48 minutes, so
I mean, that might go somewhere.
I did see they had him playing the 5 in that game.
Yeah, he played some center earlier this year, so I do think that shows a willingness to go out there and do whatever the team wants. So I do think that matters in terms of him getting reps and him being a consummate teammate, and guys wanting to go into war with him. I think that maybe matters for him getting a spot on the bench. But in terms of him getting thought of as a rotation player, that game did nothing for him. But he's had some flashes in other games. He's had a decent rookie season, all things considered. But you still look and see that he's a 25% three-point shooter. And you still look and see that he's listed at 6'3". So he's going to have to really improve that shot over the next couple of years if he's going to stay in the league. Because at 6'3", you can only guard so many of the biggest, best defenders. You know what I mean? Or best offensive players, I should say.
Also, yeah, for your sake, Kenny Chandler, 26 points, 11 of 20 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3.
Yeah.
41 minutes and 10 assists as well.
Yeah, I mean, Chandler's played really well in the back half of this season, but he's played in some Utah's just made a mockery of the game. So I don't know if Kenny Chandler's going to get any credit for how good he's played down the stretch. But I mean, he's had a couple of monster games. There was a game the other night against New Orleans where he had 31 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And you're like, damn, that's a really good stat line. Then you see that the final score was 156 to 137, and that neither team was really trying.
They have a weird lineup, man.
Well, yeah, but
Oscar Sheboy along with Ace Bailey.
Yeah, I mean they're shamelessly tanking. But against Memphis, he had 26 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, like you said. So his overall stats are going to look pretty good. But he's 5'11". That's not really going to be helpful for him when he's trying to crack into the league. Guys his size just aren't really going to be able to play. So this is the first NBA season, though. I saw this stat. First NBA season in NBA history, Cody, where 8 teams have 55 or more losses.
8 teams have 55 or more losses.
Yeah, first time in history.
There's one thing that I wanted to bring up because last week somebody put a post out on Reddit to fix tanking in the NBA, where it was had to do with the beverage prices.
And I thought that was a funny idea, but I mean, like there is some truth to it. Of like, if you're going to, so like the concept there, Cody, was if you are going to, you basically start out with a $10 beer, and every win you add 20 cents, and every loss you deduct like 20 cents. So like if you're going to be one of these terrible teams, you better be prepared to give your crowd $2 beers and let them go there and be rewarded for watching this terrible team. If you're the Oklahoma City who wins 60-something games, your fans are going to have to spend $18 or $19 for a beer. But maybe they'll like it because their team's so good. Now, like the beer thing is obviously a joke, but like there does need to be something to the idea of like punishing the teams monetarily for being awful.
I can't like confirm this, but like Polymarket soon after that put out a story where Adam Silver was looking at ways to fix the bottom 3 teams not getting an advantage compared to like their other ones, also in the lower half as well, to try to fix tanking issues. But we'll see how that goes.
Did you see the viral couple from the Indiana game a couple nights ago where he was like
Midwest
telling her
Princess.
story and she was just like, what the bleep are you talking about? Did you see that video?
That's you.
But it was kind of funny because she like went to Twitter and was like, no, this is how we talk to each other. Like, I love him. Like, he's the best, blah, blah, blah. But then like Shaq, I guess they interviewed him on Inside the NBA. Did you see that? And Shaq said, if you ask her to marry you right now, I'll buy the engagement ring.
And the guy, he couldn't do it.
The guy couldn't do it. She wanted to do it. She's like, yes, do it. Like, Shaq's got a lot of money. He'll buy us a really nice engagement ring, but he wouldn't pull the trigger. Coward.
Someone tweeted that they're the worst upstairs neighbors in the world.
Are they just really loud? Or is that really their neighbor saying that?
No, that's just like, they were like, I bet these people are the worst upstairs neighbors.
I didn't know if their neighbor actually came out and was like, yes, these are the worst neighbors in the world. Yeah, they seem like a ball of energy, which, you know, probably does get sick if you have to deal with it all the time. Anything else, Bubba?
We have Gable Steveson.
Okay.
Who's wrestler turned wrestler.
Olympic gold medalist wrestler turned to WWE wrestler. Failed at that.
Amid scandals, went back to college wrestling or the RAF, whatever he did recently. Now signing with the UFC.
He's going to do some MMA fighting.
Debut in July. We have the World Aquatics allowing Russians to compete again without restrictions.
Okay.
Allowing them to have their flag and the anthem.
I wonder how long it'll be before they start cheating again.
We've got Momcilovic in the portal.
Florida, apparently the team linked to him. The big shooter from Iowa State that shot 50% from 3. Apparently he is linked to Florida.
We also have Britney Spears checking herself into rehab.
Finally. Put her down.
I want the best for Britney.
Been saying it for years.
Also tonight, Pigeon Forge plays Eagleton at Covenant Health Park.
Baseball?
Yep. I think it's the first ever high school game there.
Wait, they're playing in downtown Knoxville?
Yep.
I thought you were about to tell me they were playing like in the old Smoky Stadium.
Nope, they were playing downtown for whatever reason.
Is it like an apology for stealing the other stadium, still on the team? Hey, sorry, Pigeon Forge. Here you go. Come down to Knoxville. Oh, Brittany gets better.
She won't.
I'm rooting for her.
Also, Brittany Griner got traded.
It's only going to get worse.
I don't think she got traded. I think
Brittany Griner to the Suns.
Yeah, I think it was a free agent deal. That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Another